What's up, guys? I'm Haz, and I bring you the DGBA Speed Boost Season 9 Power Rankings for this season of the DGBA. Joining me is Jack.
Hey guys, get the head of Speed Boost here, Jack.
And a special guest that I know you've all been waiting for, Mike Man WBA.
That deserves a clap. That deserves a clap. Nah, we got JJ Bizzle here.
What's poppin' with it? It's your boy Young Steven Stone, aka Sweep Has with Levani in Volcanian, aka Never Beat Jack Once in 100 Seasons, aka the Season 1 champ and Cloister Master. What's poppin'?
Oh.
You know, it took me 2 times to do that because of that one joke which was in my head.
Like, that's why you're laughing.
Yeah, that's why.
That
'cause
makes
you're
sense.
like, I'm gonna get him with Mike Man WBA.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Obviously, like half of you probably clicked off this video and disappointed by the fact that we do not have Mike Man WBA. But rest assured, for those of you that stayed, that we do have a pretty interesting video, to say the least, for this season of Power Rankings. So all three of us, we listed the teams that were from the post draft. So obviously, like some people made some changes in the first few weeks, but we're only judging it from post draft power rankings. And so it's just a combined list of all three of our lists. And all three of our lists are pretty different, so we've ended up having a pretty interesting list, So
You are so bad at this. It's so great.
do any of you have anything else to say before we start?
No, let's get into it.
I can't wait.
Oh my god.
Roast these.
Okay, all right. So kicking us off.
Oh, you did put him 16.
He's been shit talking our PRs. So because of that, we've agreed to put him at last, and that's Luke. His team is Mega Latios, Taunty, Tapu Fini, Crocodile, Rose Raid, Mien Chao, Bronzong, Lycanroc Dusk, Marowak, Alola, Electabuzz, and Vigoroth. So who wants to start roasting the worst team in the league?
I just look at this team and think I never want to draft this. But in all seriousness, the first 5 mons in general are just really solid when you look at it. We had someone in the past draft that core of Megaladios, Torrentee, Tapu Fini. I can't remember who it was, but maybe we also put him pretty high on the list in the PR. But anyway, you just look at that; it's instantly just 3 defoggers right off the bat. It's you could almost say that's removal sorted. Let's see, he's got in total 4 rockers, 1 spiker, 1 T-spiker, which is a pretty good amount for 11 mod draft. That's about all you need. Good pivot, good speed tiers all around, in my opinion. I guess some negatives. I mean, overall, you just think this is pretty balanced. I have one note here that says, Electabuzz is just get Electrode, to be honest.
Yeah.
I actually agree with that 100%.
Electrode, it's Electrode. It gets screens, it gets everything. It's just a goat mon. So
It's not going to double check.
It really is. I didn't really have anything bad about this team per se. I mean, the Vigoroth's just there. Imagine the Vigoroth's like 1 point or something. So
Yeah. In case you don't get the joke, this is technically our number 1 team, but Luke called our PRs bad, so he's 16.
yeah, he's 16th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's a lesson, guys.
Yeah. All in all, I mean, I definitely, if I were playing, I'd try and draft this type of team. I'd definitely use it.
This is definitely a kind of team I would draft myself. It's super balanced. I love Torrentee. It's one of the best mons in draft. I've got a lot of respect for Tapu Fini lately. Just seeing my buddy drafted it in a different league, and it puts in a lot of work. It's actually very offensively decent, and I did not know that about it. But yeah, Crocodile, Roserade, and Mien Chao are awesome lower tier mons. I really like this team a lot. So, and Megalati is obviously.
It's Megalati.
It's nothing else to say about that. It can do anything. So
yeah,
really
I have it
good
in
balance. Yeah, really good balance.
Yeah, I have Megalati in SS, and I find half the time you don't even need to put any special attack into it. You just put it like max HP and put Draco.
Right. Draco Ice Beam. You can tech so many different things to it, and it just hits. It just hits. So.
Mm-hmm.
I will say one negative I have about this team is I think it would really appreciate like a Wishmon. I think you can maybe swap Vigoroth out for like I don't know, like
Anything?
a Wigglytuff.
Lickitung?
Anything?
Yeah, a Lickitung would be actually really good.
Anything at all.
Yeah, literally, yeah, just something with Wish because I
Yeah.
think a lot of his mons would really appreciate like their passive like Wish pass.
Yeah, he's got a couple regen
yeah.
mons that are
Yeah, that's
decent.
true.
He's got good recovery with Lottie, but I mean Feeney would really appreciate it. So it doesn't have to be like Z Haze or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also one thing that I forgot to mention that for this season we are doing a free Z rule.
Yeah, Open Z
That
is
means-
awesome. I love
Yeah.
Open Z. So.
So it gives the options as well for anything.
Oh yeah, everything. His first 8 mons can be great Z mons. So
Yeah.
or maybe Bronzong excluded, but I really like his team.
Yeah, just get rid of that Electabuzz and get Electrode.
I
Then
agree.
you're good to go.
Yeah, give yourself some screens. Screens aren't bad.
Yeah, he also made a trade where he dropped Alola Marowak for Kofag,
Which
you
is
guys forgot about.
Fantastic. I hate
Yeah, I like that.
I hate Alola Marowak in draft. I just feel like it's very I wouldn't say predictable, but predictable. And Kofag is just a lot more diverse. So
Yeah.
gets T spikes as well to help
Yeah.
out and just makes Roserade not have to be the spiker all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess the one thing I'll say is that it means that like maybe Fairy Fire coverage is a bit more of an issue
Yeah.
for him.
I was going to say fairy coverage. Fairy coverage was something to trap Zong, and then you only got Rose left to really...
Yeah, exactly. Like Zong can only like take so many hits because he doesn't have like the natural recovery. And
yeah, a good wish
Right.
answer would be nice for that.
yeah, and you aren't always going to run Roserade like bulky. So yeah, that's probably the only negative about that trade. But it does give him T spikes, which is it's cool because that means that Roserade isn't forced to run them. But he does have the affinity with the terrain, so you know.
For sure.
Yeah, actually, I should sort of like Kofag as well. Because you look at his team and you put the Kofag in. Actually, before the Kofag, some like Megalopony with like a spike and a rock up is actually sort of tough for this team to deal with.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like
Also,
Tapu Fini, can we
I
swap
think
him too many times?
it takes defensive pressure off Tapu Fini too, which I think is big. I hate when
Yeah.
people draft Tapu Fini just to be max defense, max HP every single match
Yeah.
because that just it limits it so much. And having Kofag, it's kind of like Tapu Fini can breathe a little bit. So
Yeah.
I guess with the Kofag trade as well, you could also say maybe he becomes a bit more weak to ice types because he has like the Lati, Torn, Crook, and Roserade, all the pretty high tier ones are weak to
Yeah.
ice. And he has like Song and Finny, which I mean they're both like really good ice switches.
yeah, what are good?
But as we said
what are
earlier,
what are the premier ice types though? So you have like a Kyurem Black maybe is
yeah,
the only one I'd worry about?
Kieran Black's on Mercs' team. I mean, he does have the Latios, which can revenge it. But
Yeah, but things like Weavile, Tapu Fini doesn't care. Even Poison Jab to a defensive
Yeah,
Tapu
well-
Fini is not nothing.
Well, yeah, it does have Poison Jab, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it had to be like Z
Yeah.
in order to do that
Just
effectively.
use a defensive Mienshao. That's
Which-
fine.
hey,
Yeah, yeah.
hey, it gets regen, right?
Yeah, that's... Well, there you go. There you go. If you need to face Weavile.
Yep.
Yeah. Luke, you need to thank us after this.
Yeah, but this seems actually really, really good.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a meme that's 16. It's actually it's what we ranked as the best team. But I guess we'll see how it compares to our number 15 team coming up, which is KHD's team, the Jersey Pursuits, with the Mega Morwal, Garchomp, Tangrowth, Slowbro, Jolteon, Blissey, Mandibuzz, Salazzle, Lycanroc, Midday, and the Mashana. Now this team, why did he get Mashana? See,
I actually want to talk about Musharna because he dropped it, right?
he did drop it.
Okay, well, so
Did
obviously Musharna doesn't kind of go with Slowbro. I'm a big fan of Musharna in draft. I think it's a great low tier mon, especially because his team is I don't know what his team is, but I think it
Bad.
it benefited from that Trick Room setter. Obviously, I think Slowbro can do that better.
Yeah,
So I get why he dropped it, but
yeah. I mean, I was just saying because
what? Okay, so my question is, what were his pickups? Can you tell me that before we even say anything?
Fortress, Golbat.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing is he could have actually picked up Golbat. He had the points to pick up Golbat anyway, and he just didn't.
Okay, so the problem I think with this team in general is especially offensive, it's a joke.
Yeah,
Salazzle and Jolteon they are good, fast mons. They're not special breakers unless obviously
Yeah.
Salazzle gets nasty plot up, or is just Z in general or specs, but those are so predictable. You can do things around that. And I hate when I don't like Salazzle put in a box like that. I think he could do so much more. But this team's going to rely so much on Mawile breaking things, which it does well, but and you obviously have good switch in with the regen core of Tang and Slowbro, and you have, that fat blob Blissey, but I don't know, this team is just, it's very passive in, it has Mawile and Garchomp, which is
weird. I had to play this in week 1, and the thing that I had on my notes most is that Mandibuzz is his only removal.
Yeah.
So
that's why
you can if you basically pressure Mandibuzz with Hazard Stack, I think you just destroyed this team.
Yeah. And that's
reject monsters get chipped down way too quickly.
Yeah.
Mega Morwell's a thing that you can actually easily chip down because it's obviously very slow.
Well, yeah, it's gonna get hit by everything. Yeah, everything outspeeds it.
Yeah, I found Mega Morwell to be a mon which people have very differing opinions on, and I think it's a mon where you have to use it very, very smartly, and you have to bring it in at the right moments, because if it gets shipped down, you can't get the optimal amount of kills that you maybe expect it to.
Well, yeah, I drafted it, and I don't remember what season it was, 4 or 5.
I think it was it 4? You dropped it, didn't you?
But yeah, okay. Yeah. So I use it for the first 3 weeks, and I had a very balance centric team, and it just it would hit something once, and then I didn't have anything else. It couldn't switch into anything else. It couldn't really do anything. So it really needs help. But in the best situation, it's one of the best megas. But I dropped it for Metacham because Metacham, outspeeds those walls, and I had sticky web support obviously because I always draft Leavanny anyway. But but even in a sticky web situation, Mawwile's not outspeeding that many. I mean, it's just not. I don't know. It's just tough. I don't think it's in a great situation here. I feel like other megas would be better for this team. Something a little faster and especially offensive, but that's just me.
Yeah, typically when I see Mega Mawile, I've learned in the past from people that have drafted it, typically like to pair it with when I saw him draft Mega Mawile, I was thinking what's Dragon Team pairing with? This is going to be Latios or Hydreigon. And he even went Garchomp, Garchomp with Mawile is fine, but I do think something like Latios or Hydreigon would have been better I think they pair a bit better with Mawile there.
I'm gonna sort of disagree, even though I get what you're saying. I think defensively those are better, but offensively, Garchomp checks the steel types and the fire types, which can give Mawile a bit of an issue at times.
Yeah, I guess I can see that, but I think you can draft something else.
Yeah, you can get Battleground. I definitely agree with you on that.
There's some fire types that can help Mawile out with that, but I don't know. I think he's super weak to Bolt Beam too. Besides him having to bring Blissey, which I'm not. I can't really talk much because I'm always weak to Bolt Beam when I draft teams. I don't know why, but I always am. But Blissey is not. Blissey's so passive, and it's just so tough to. It's got to be built sure. It's just got to be built well, and he doesn't have he doesn't have good removal. So.
I just think if you have I think this team's really taunt fodder as well.
Oh,
they can shut down a lot of its mons with taunt.
Oh, yeah. Because I think even Mawile needs to get an SD up to threaten faster things with Sucker. So
yeah,
I think this team's gonna have a rough time. But I mean, obviously it has power. It's just can it be used well? I just think you can bring a lot of physical walls, a lot of mons with a lot of defensive investment because you're not too scared of Jolteon and Salazzle. So
one other thing I have, a lot of his faster mons are weak to ground types.
Yeah, for sure.
So ground type mon can really
ground spam is gonna be horrible for him. Yeah, Tangrowth is his only check to ground spam. I mean, obviously, Slowbro.
There is the Mandibuzz as well, but as we said, Mandibuzz is probably still a lot of things for this team.
Mandibuzz is gonna be brought every week. It's gonna be well, you said he picked up Golbat, right?
Yeah, I did pick up Golbat and Voltros, which I think does help him a bit.
It gives him some more removal, which is nice.
It helps, but it's still, it's kind of just a worse Mandibuzz, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not great. I don't think.
Well, it's okay. It's a bit faster, which is nice.
Little speed.
It has a pretty decent defensive typing as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I'd say those traits would definitely improves the team a whole lot more. I think Mushan is a good mom, but I think Slowbro.
Yeah, it's not needed on this team. It's not needed on this team at all.
Yeah.
So, I agree.
Anyone else have anything else to say?
That's all we got.
All
right.
We're good to go.
Yeah. Let's move on to number 14, which is JP and the FL Benfion. Sorry,
It
JP.
broke my heart to put this team at 14, but go ahead and list off the Mons.
Yeah. So we have Celesteela, Mandibars. Sorry, not Manaphy. The Mandibars, man. It's all I can think about the last team. Heatran, Floet Eternal, Tyrantrum, Cooper Unbound, Rotom, Claydol, Illumise, Ambipom, Chatot, and Mega Venusaur. Who wants to start off with
I would
this?
love to start with this team.
Alright.
When I first, because I have a lot of experience with Mega Venusaur, Manaphy, and Heatran, and
Oh yes, it actually reminds me a lot of your season
yeah,
one team.
yeah, this is a very me-esque team, but what he didn't draft around it was, I mean, obviously he has momentum in U-turn Manaphy, U-turn Hoop Unbound, I think he gets U-turn, and then I think he dropped Ambipom, right? So that's kind of, and you picked it up. Yeah, it's kind of out of the
Spoilers.
equation. But when I looked at this team, I was like, awesome. It's like kind of tank offense with some decent setup, and obviously Celesteela can do whatever it wants. I was like, sweet, tank offense. It looks really cool. Then I was like, wait, how is he gonna pull tank offense off with not very good momentum? And I mean, he's got a Thunder Wave everything, right? like that's what I said when I saw Rotom and I saw Illumise. I was like, he has to click Thunder Wave or Tailwind with Illumise to pull this team off. What's his highest speed tier? It's
Ambipom.
It's gone, right? So
yeah, and then it's Ambipom the
Manaphy, right? Yeah, 100. Yeah, I was like, oh my god. I was like, this team is slow. You don't have to bring speed versus it. You can literally run specs and bands and whatever in modest natures, adamant natures, and break through this team pretty well. But I mean, I love the Mons individually, but it's just how are they going to mix together? I don't know. I think he's gonna have a tough time with it unless he just clicks Thunder Wave on everything and uses. He's got to use Rotom and Illumise well. Then that's the weirdest thing I've ever said in my life.
My main note is that this is such a JP team, but there's no Vaporeon, so
right.
Yeah.
Right. You can say it's not. What's his Wishmon? Floet?
Illumise.
Oh, of course. I expected a bit more there.
Yeah.
See what else I have. I mean, JJ said it's not fast, but you can even say it's not even like that slow either. It's sort of just all kind of.
It's tanky. Yeah, it's mid tier.
Yeah, it's really mid.
Yeah, it's really mid tier,
sure.
which is a good. It's a good thing, and also a bad thing, I think. Anything else on this team? Let's see. He has a lot of removers, I guess, for Hazard, which is nice. But I don't know if anyone can use it. 3 rockers. Heatran's probably his best rocker. Tyrantrum and Claydol. We typically don't want to put rocks on them typically. Well, on Claydol, yeah, but you're not going to bring Claydol a lot. And it's the only type of hazard he has, I think. Which can be nice. Yeah, I think he's going to have to rely on that sort of core of Celesteela, Manaphy, Heatran, and Mega Venu to just be a really solid core for him and try and just switch around and get some good hits off versus his opponent's team. So
well, I think that's the biggest problem is if people set up hazards on him and play the momentum game, he's not going to be able to stop that.
Yeah, just one rock up does the job versus his team pretty well.
Yeah, because he's going to have to switch around. He's going to take a lot of chip, and he's not going to be able to outspeed much. I mean, it's going to be really tough.
I'm 12 or more.
I'm really surprised he took Hooper actually because he really doesn't have like that great momentum around it and speed as well. I mean, I guess like Selly and Heatran are nice to like pressure like very tight mons for it, but even so, it's a bit.
But
I'm just not sure how long.
It dies to U-turn bonds.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's what this team can't handle is a lot of U-turn Volt Switch. I mean, what's his? So he has what? 1 ground type. He has Claydol. That's his Volt Switch immunity. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, he has like the Manaphy and the Celesteela, which are both really appreciate having a really good ground type with it, and it's just Claydol.
It's going to be a nightmare when he preps against Volt Turn of any kind.
Yeah. Coco?
Yeah. Well, a Coco team or any team with like a Mega Zam, like just like a team that can have just one of those ridiculous strong attackers and it can be modest and it can just punch holes. He's just going to really struggle against teams that can run those I can be modest, I can be adamant here, and I can just slap a band on this guy, and he can't outspeed me unless he's, Scarf Tyran or or Tyrantrum, something weird. Like, he's gonna have to get super creative and then just click Tailwind with Illumise.
He's a great guy.
The only other notes I have is that I don't think he appreciates like rock offense. Well, besides maybe Caldas, I think something like a Terrakion could really go on this team.
Oh, for sure.
And he also doesn't deal with dark types particularly well either, with his own resist being Floette.
Yeah. See that.
He did make some transactions. He dropped the Ambi Bomb and Hooper for Deoxys Speed and Chinchino.
So he did drop Hoopa. I think that's a plus. I think Deoxys Speed actually really helps out Heatran, Manaphy, Celesteela. I think that really helps him out a lot.
Another hazard stack, which is nice, I think.
Yeah, the hazard stack is actually going to be very nice, especially for Venusaur too. Because it checks, fire type switching in, trying to do the damage, just anything, a lot of things. So I think that's actually very good drops and pickups there from him.
How are you talking about Desmond though? Chatot right there.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, we don't need to talk about Chatot. He's a god.
Chatot was the only reason he wasn't last. It saved the team.
It did.
Yeah.
It carried it on its back,
I think he has great mons. If you see somebody has a Celesteela, Heatran, Manaphy squad, like you're like, oh, that's scary. But it's just, can he do it? Is the question. I guess.
Yeah, you show me this team and you don't tell me who the player is, I think, sort of whatever. When you show that JP has it, it's sort of like, oh, okay, yeah, he can.
It makes sense.
It's a very JP team. That is the truth.
We'll see how well he does with the team. So shall we move on?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, going on to number 13, we have Crosslord and the Vegas Golden Ducks with Zeraora, Mega Sableye, Jirachi, Togekiss, Mamoswine, Arachnid, Hitmontop, Swellow, Gigalith, Excadrill, and Avalugg. So this team it has a lot of good threats. Like, I think Zeraora, he picked third overall, which I think was a bit of a choke. I mean, I love Zeraora. I'm using it recently in the league.
Third overall? Not third
round.
Okay.
He's third pick. Yeah.
I thought you said third round. I was like, that's a steal.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good mons left because, with all the unbans.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think this team's big problem is that defensively, in terms of not the mons themselves, so he has Mega, Sableye, Jirachi, Togekiss, these are all really solid defensive mons, but the type synergies don't mesh well together. What I had from prepping from him, I said that he's really, really weak to fire types. His only resist is Gigalith and the Arachnid, sort of. His only water resist, I think, is the Arachnids, and he has a lot of mons weak to water because he's gone double ground. He has 4 mons weak to steel, 4 mons weak to ground, 4 mons weak to rock, and 4 mons weak to fighting types. And his resists, I mean, he has some decent resists, but I think offensively you can easily just maybe Mega Sableye was the exception. You can just have coverage to hit his whole team pretty easily, and I think that's the big issue with this team. He also has Mamoswine with Excadrill Sand, which I don't really understand. I think Bill and Swarm also drafted that combination as well, and I don't really get it.
Yeah.
And I mean, Jirachi and Togekiss, I mean, Flint Core is nice, but I'm not overly sold by it, if I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not overly sold by this team.
My main note is that it's looking like a Gen 6 team just with his Aurora and Arachnid, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then also somewhere you said he weak to fire type. I think fire plus fairy coverage is actually it's pretty rough for this team in my opinion. And I think you touched on basically everything I said. Or everything you said. Yeah, I didn't have much else to say.
All I
Mm,
got for this team basically is if one of those Mons in his defensive core in Rachi, Sableye, Togekiss, well, those three really. If one of those goes down or gets, in the 30-20% range, he just kind of loses.
Yeah, agreed.
Like it's an interesting core. I think it's actually very good. Like I like it, but there's gonna be so much stress on those three plus his only two reliable. I mean, I guess three reliable attackers are Mamo, Zeraora, and Excadrill. And he's gonna have to rely on those every single game to break something. And I just don't think that the diversity is there. Like, where's his? I mean, Calm Mind, Jirachi, I guess, Nasty Plot, Togekiss, but where's his special attack?
Yeah, he has like his special offense is non-existent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he's got to kind of set it up, and maybe also set up with maybe his webs from Araquanid.
For sure, which is fine.
Yeah, I think webs of this team's sort of whatever. I mean, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not like the best thing.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get some wins. Like I think he's gonna get wins just due to the fact that he has strong Mons and a decent core. But like at the same time, I think he's just kind of gonna be middle of the road.
Yeah,
I think this team sort of suffered from the fact that he picked a third overall pick Zeraora.
Yeah, if that wasn't a Zeraora, I'd like it a lot.
Yeah, I don't really rate Mega Sableye as a
No, I think it's like tier 4 Mega and Hive, which says like all you need to know about how much it's like falling down.
Well, I think whoever, I don't know which one of you said it, but having coverage to hit his whole team, that's the truest thing that can ever be said about this team. Is you can literally hit everything easily with coverage, and it can't really do much back to you. And then he has to go into Mamoswine Excadrill to try to break you back, and you can figure ways around that.
He at least has to go to Mamoswine, so it's somewhat okay for me.
Yeah, no, Mamoswine's great.
I mean it's Mamoswine Jirachi. It's like an old school house team, but
yeah,
even then I'm not a huge fan.
I think I just don't see a special attacker. I'm still looking, and I can't find it. So,
and he's got the table.
Well, don't sleep on the table. I actually just played a match Monday where I lost a regular Deanty to a corkscrew crash from an Avalok. It blew my mind. I won easily 4-0 still, but like it was like the crazy. I was like, what just happened in my life? It was awesome. But yeah,
I saw the table yesterday, and it's meant to swap into Megapert, but Megapert was special, so it just two-shot it.
That's awesome. But yeah, I think that's kind of it on this team. So
yeah, one more thing I'll say is that I guess you can argue on the special mons. Yeah, like Zeraora can hit specially, Squello can hit specially, but their base like special attack is great.
So what you just said, they can hit specially. I want a mon that hits specially. They
don't like hit.
Yeah. You
like
need. I think every single team needs a banger in physical and special. That 125 plus, that 130 area. Even if it's a Vikavolt, like give me somebody who can just break. But like
definitely has on the physical side. But
physical's great. Yeah, he can smack you around physically. But
does he have any mons that can learn Trick Room? Is it just Jirachi?
Yeah.
Because this could be a cool Trick Room team, but I don't think he has.
I don't know if Sableye gets Trick Room or not.
I don't think so, but that was just an idea.
I'll bring that back to you in a second. I'll check.
Yeah. I'll go on to the next team now.
Yep.
If you don't mind. Yeah. So number 12 we have Carlos and the Oklahoma City Electivires.
And can I get something straight real quick? Is that supposed to be Sea King?
Yeah.
He drafted Sea King, like an actual Sea King.
Well, no. I'll explain that in a second. Explain that. Let me go through the monsters. So,
yeah. You sent me these slides and you didn't specify anything like what kind of Greninja that is.
I didn't know that was either. But,
you didn't even tell me what the Greninjas are.
There's a round 1 Greninja. What do you think it is?
I figured it was either Battle Bond or Protean.
Oh no! I forgot to mention we banned Battle Bond.
Okay.
It just like wasn't doing anything. Just what's the point?
All right.
So it's Protein Greninja, Tapu Bulu, Hawlucha, Mega Beedrill, Thunderous Incarnate, Donphan, Latias, Escavalier, Snorlax, and Magma. So the first quick thing I need to know that Carlos has dropped the league because he's got burnt out with Mons, which I can understand. It's
Happens
a bit
to
like
everyone.
Yep. So Aggro has taken over this team, but Aggro's trash. he hasn't sent me the team that he wants to replace him, so we can only sort of go over Carlos's current team, and I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. I think the combination of like Gren, Beedrill, and Thunderous is a very good offensive core. I think it's very good vault turn pivot, and Beedrill can break down like some of the bulky fairies for Gren. Obviously, so there's Thunderous also has the option with Sludge Wave. But I think like Gren's is only bulky water. I think his only rocker is
it's Donphan.
Donphan, yeah, which isn't great. He does have like, I guess he has like spikes and T-spikes option with Gren. I mean, Gren's a good hazard stacker, but obviously
you probably want to attack and have coverage.
Yeah, it has so much full resource syndrome. And Mega Beedrill gets toxic spikes, but you're rarely ever going to run that. His removal is pretty good at least, but and then you get to the big thing, which I completely forgot. Half his team's weak to fire types, so you have Bulu, Beedrill, Escavalier. Wait.
No, that's it. I mean, it's a different note you have.
Oh, am I going crazy? Ice. No, sorry, ice. Ice. I have written fire. It's ice.
Oh, okay.
Bulu, Lucha, Latias, Thunderous, Donphan. Okay, I wasn't going insane. And then even like some of his resists are a big question. Like Gren, it's not really an ice resist because of Protean. I guess Snorlax can run Big Fat, but you're not gonna. It's not gonna be as common as you maybe like to run because it was the berry set's probably the best set for it.
Yeah, Gluttony's way too good for that.
Yeah, immunity has its perks as well, and Magma. I don't know when you'd ever want to bring Magma.
Magmar is the GOAT. I'm gonna talk about that later.
All right.
Oh, he's setting up a tease with Magmar. This man's teasing.
But yeah, half his team's weak to ice. He also doesn't take rock coverage that well. His only resist being Donphan. He has a few weaknesses to that as well, and also offensive steel types go in as well with. Again, his only resist being Donphan. So I think Donphan's pressured to do a lot of things, being his only rocker, having to resist a lot of types. I mean, he's got some nice mons.
Yeah.
I just don't think it functions that well as a team.
Yeah, I think with Donphan only being his only rocker as well, and it being negated by Bulu's terrain at some points, a little bit sort of hard to bring it, to be honest. What else did I have? Oh yeah, his only I think his only flying resist is Thunderous. So Bird's Mouth is pretty free versus this team. But yeah, a little bit about Magmar. Aggro, you should keep Magmar. It's a Goatmon. We have it in a Gen 6 team in our DPL league, and it's honestly the best mon in the team. You literally run run Rest Talk with Toxic, and it doesn't die with EV Life. So yeah, best mon in the team.
No, Magmar has been drafted from DGBA. I think Spexar drafted it in the D2 Season 1, and he brought it Week 1 versus Ches as his info late check, and they got 2 shot without rocks up.
Bad set. Must be a bad set then.
Yeah,
bad
I don't know what.
Bad set.
Yeah, JJ, do you have anything to say about this team?
I've used Lucha Bulu in a different league. It's pretty good. I mean, I think Bulu, in order to be good in draft, you have to be super creative with it. It's obviously like you can. I forgot what it was. I think it was Crocodile. He learned Sludge Bomb, right? And you could do like 70% to a Bulu with Sludge Bomb with a Crook, which is hilarious. But so you can just tech poison moves to kill Bulu. So, but if you get creative with it, like I know I swept somebody with a Scarf Hornleech set, and you just gotta get creative with it. I mean, Greninja's Greninja. So, but I think this team has promise. Like obviously offensively, when you see the speed tiers of Bulu, Gren plus Lucha, in the terrain, it's pretty scary. And Tailwind support too from Dundee and T-Wave support. So like this team offensively can do great things, but like defense, what up? Like where's it at? Like there's gonna be so much pressure on Donphan, Lottie, and Snorlax every single week. So much pressure.
Yeah.
Besides for Lucha, does the grassy turn actually help any of his mons?
Not really, to be honest.
I mean,
If anything, it
recovery.
hurts him. 'Cause it actually, well, the one that I had is like for steel types is like for Lucha, you obviously have Magmar as well, which is the GOAT. But if you don't bring Magmar, only a Lucha with a Mega Beedrill, and you have the train up with Donphan, like how are you going to kill the steel type for Beedrill?
Right.
That's
You have to
pretty
have all the coverage for it.
The only thing I can think of is set up Snorlax that helps. That's about it.
Yeah, basically every one of his Mons can go pretty offensive, which is nice. So if any one of them have a nice offensive matchup, you can just bring that. And you sort of just bring sort of one Mon with decent bulk to sort of just pivot on one Mon. So as long as you get the offense in, I think it should be fine. But yeah, defensively it is.
I'm sure he's going to make whoever the new coach is, I'm sure he's going to make some good changes.
Just don't change Magmar, please.
I mean,
No, I wouldn't trust Aggro to make good changes.
Yeah,
He's
good
probably
point.
add like a side duck or something.
but yeah, I think that's all we probably got to say about the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
All right. Moving on to our number 11, we have Spoink with the Des Moines Demibirds. I think I said that right. With the Kieran Black, Speed Boost Blaziken, Skarmory, Necrozma, Shaman, Seismitoad, Rabombi, Garbodor, Braviary, and the Mega Kangaskhan. I'll quickly go over some of the restrictions. So Mega Kangaskhan can't use Seismic Toss, and Blaziken has probably the most complicated one of having no boosting items.
Yes.
So whilst I get the list of what specific items those are, anyone want to start?
Can it Swords Dance?
Oh, it can't Sword Dance. That's
No.
the other one.
Smart stance. I guess one of the notes I had is the first thing I look at. I know he's been using King a lot. He had an SS, I think, Spoink. And he's been using this like rest curse set and stuff like that. But first thing I look at with Mega King is sort of like knockoff support, and I think it's sort of just meh. I mean, it's some mods that can carry knockoff, but they're not like mods that's like, oh, this mod's gonna have knockoff every single type of week. Like they don't obviously always gonna want it. He has decent hazard support with 3 rockers, 2 spikers. He's got T spikes and webs with Rabombi, which is probably one of the best setters. The Crosma is just half the time just a bullshit mon and can just easily cheese wins for him, I think. Yeah, what negative? I think I had a few sort of negatives.
Speed.
Yeah, his speed's not the greatest. He's obviously got the webs, so you can't rely on webs every type of week. Oh, he has also no dark type, which I don't think. Yeah, he's no dark type, right? So
No dark type.
so that's. I mean, he's got Skarm and Necrozma to resist. So I think I had him in as Psychic plus Ghost Spam. I think it's relatively free versus this team, especially if you're able to get up like it's like a Spike or a Rock or something like that. Like he's spamming Psychic and Ghost is pretty rough. Yeah, I don't think I had much else. He has Blaziken. I think I had Kieran Black and I had Blaziken. It was just normal Blaziken with it, I think, a couple seasons back, and it was a decent mono pair with it because it helps break the steel types. And with Blaziken now, obviously having speed boost, it's obviously a lot easier of a bring for him, so it can help pressure those steel types. But as well, he doesn't have the most offensive ground to help steel types with KB. Obviously, Seismitoad can, it's a Seismitoad. It's basically brought for utility and purposes and such, but. Yeah, maybe more offensive ground with Kieran Black. I really appreciate that a lot. We can still do the job with Blaziken, I think. So, yeah, I think that's about all I had on Spoink's team.
I'm gonna have to stop you there because there's been development happening. I just told Aggro to not drop Magma, and he said nope, too late. So I will be going back and changing Carlos' team to 17 now. Yeah, because there is no Magma. So
that's a big no for me.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's an easy pickup for you. Just pick him right up.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So with this team, I think the big negative I had the speed. It's not even just his really his upper speed. I think his slowest mon Skarmory at 70. So I think even Trick Room could really hurt the team, especially with even though he does have some good bulkier mons like Skarmory and Necrozma, which could sort of maybe save him in that respect. But with stuff like Speed Boost Blaziken, and I think he's going to be forced to run, probably has to run a Scarf every week, or rely on webs.
Yeah. Doesn't have the greatest Scarf on his team, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess Kieran Black, but
you don't Scarf that,
you don't want to Scarf that all the time. I'm not sure what Bravery does for this team. I think it's just because Point has like some weird obsession with it.
It's a good
Because
mod.
he can bully people in on leagues with it, and I mean I play him next week, so I'm probably going to get swept by Skarmory because I've just said not Skarmory, Braviary because I've just said that. That's great. The other things I have is that like bird spam, so stuff like Ho-Oh, Moltres, Talonflame just destroy this team because it's only flying resist is Skarmory. And I also have that again offensive like rock types. So stuff like I think its only resist there is the Seismitoad. So I predict offensive Credility 6-0s.
Terrakion 6-0s.
Oh yeah. Terrakion also goes in. Jesus, and like outspeed like majority of like almost his whole team as well, which is
Just Necrozma's the only problem.
It's cold coverage moves there. Yeah, I think it's an okay team overall. I like KB as a mon, so
yeah. I think with maybe 1 or 2 changes, I think this team could have been a lot higher.
I can't
think the Mons are.
I can't
Sorry,
put my finger.
Jake.
No, you're good. I just can't put my finger on if I like the team or if I don't like the team. Like I have no clue.
yeah, I did the same thing as well.
Like
I
it's like I like it because I like Necrozma. Obviously, Kieran Black's Kieran Black, and then Rabombi's a great web setter, and then Mega Kang's Mega King, and Toad's good, Shaman's good. So I mean, like it's got everything a good team needs. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they all do together. So,
Yeah, the Mons themselves are very good.
Yeah.
I mean, Speed Boost Racing, I guess we'll see how that does. It
think it'll be
didn't do
fine.
the greatest last season, but I think we've like unshackled it a bit more by giving it that obscure. I'll say specifically what the items are. So it can't use Z moves, choice items, life orb, expert belt, plate, and type boosting moves.
So it can use Metronome.
Yeah, it can.
Oh, it can't.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
that's sad.
It can.
Oh, it can. Yeah, that's fine. I like Metronome. Metronome
Yeah,
That's
Hydration.
that's-
HJK.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, do you have anything else on this team? Or are we good to go?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. It's a weird team because the Mons are solid, but I just think there's just a few like glaring holes just put this team down a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
So number 10 we have the Chicago Caldas with Dave with the Aegislash, Deoxys Defense, Hydreigon, Azumarill, Ho-Oh, Mega Manetric, Skuntank, Serena, regular Kangaskhan, Hardstale, and Machoke.
This team is so weird.
Yeah, I think JJ, you had him pretty low down, so I'll start with you.
I mean, I don't like Deoxys. So Deoxys Defense is one of the best hazard setters you guys have, right?
Yeah.
And he has obviously defog in. I'm sure Ho gets it right. He's not gonna do that though probably. But Skuntank and Hydreigon, but a decent spinner in Serena. But I just don't think this team deals well with dark type pressure. I mean, your resists are what? Azu and I can't put my finger on this team. I think it's just weak to knock. I think it's weak to coverage moves. I just don't see the pressure offensively either. I think it's just a mismatched bunch of mons who look great. And I don't think it's gonna do much. I don't know. I think you can just knock spam and coverage spam, and then because I don't like Manetric personally in draft. Skuntank is just pressured easily if it's your fogger. I think Serena's pressured easily as your spinner. So, what now? I don't know. I can't tell you why I put it so low. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I had sort of more positive outlook though. I can agree with it being weak to knock. It's not necessarily weak to dark, but it is really weak to knockoff spam. I think. I look at the first 6 mons, and I just think like I actually really like the first 6 mons. I think that's generally a 6 you can almost bring basically every single week, and it'd do the shift for you. And like you said, his removers aren't the greatest removers for this team. For also having a Ho, I think one of the little bit more reliable removers. I think The main I think he has a pretty big speed gap between Mega Main and Hydreigon. I think
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. This is
Yeah.
another again. It's similar to JP's team, just really lacks a lot of the higher speed tiers.
Yeah, and I think with Mega Main, you have you have also Hydreigon and Serena that can U-turn, but I think like a more like prevalent bug type with really good U-turn spam, I think would have really paired with Hydreigon really well. Or not Hydreigon, sorry, Mega Main really well, I think.
Yeah.
But other than that, I sort of like it just because of the first 6. I think the last 5 are sort of meh, but I think the first 6 they all have good roles for the team.
So talking about the first 6, so how does he remove with his first 6?
He's got Hydreigon, but he can also hazard stack with his H.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, exactly. But you don't want to defog when you have great hazard stacking in, because that gets rid of yours too, obviously. So
yeah, I guess
it's just kind of like I feel. I wouldn't say it's. I think it is actually very predictable.
Yeah, I mean, it is predictable 6. Yeah,
I just think it's going to be very. Like, I think Azu and Hydreigon are going to be super pressured on this team to do a lot of different things. As far as breaking and taking a lot of hits. So I think he's going to be... And obviously we haven't seen Ho-Oh. Have we seen Ho-Oh in action, really? I mean...
well, I think JP had it last season.
JP had it last season, did okay. DKK had it in Poison Point. We don't talk about that. It went 0-7. It didn't go 0-7. I think it went 3-7. It died every game, basically.
Right. I just think Ho needs a lot more... I think even... Which age/slash restrictions? Sorry, I don't
think
know.
it
Doesn't have any.
doesn't have any.
Oh, okay, I mean that's not as bad then. But I just feel like this team it needs help somewhere, and I can't put my finger on where. I don't know who your free agents are, obviously, but I think it just needs something. Like I think Jack said, momentum would really help it out a little bit.
All right, here's a question: what if you took Ho out and maybe got a better U-turn and got fire type?
Oh, for sure, 100%.
With like Mega Main.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what happens if he happened to get Victini?
Oh yeah.
Oh, did he get Victini? Oh.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
I'll tell you his trades if I can.
Oh yeah, please do. Yeah,
I did see big trades. I think I saw that.
So he dropped Ho-Oh, Skuntank, Machoke, Kang for Victini, Toxicroak, and Galisapod.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Victini makes his team 100% different. Like.
Yeah, it definitely improves his team a lot.
Oh yeah, now all those pressures that I was talking about, like to support Ho-Oh, and I think they're gone. And I love Galizapod. I just banded Galizapod in my last week, and it got 3 kills. It's fantastic. So.
Yeah,
it does still have the speed issue, which is
but I think his speed issue is mitigated a little bit by the tankiness of like an Azu, Hydreigon, and AG/, and obviously Deoxys defense is tanky, so
yeah.
I think someone said the other that he had really good hazard stack, but I think Deoxys defense is really pressured to run hazards because there's only
for sure.
Months now. Well, I think it can do a lot of other things, like it's like a very potent like sell up threat as well.
It can be.
Yeah. The one ground type in Mudsdale, which I mean, it's sort of it's a good mod Mudsdale, but you don't want to bring it every week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't have like the natural recovery.
I think we didn't really touch on he's weak to momentum too as well, especially after Manectric Mega evolves and loses that Volt Absorb.
Yeah, he doesn't do the best with the rock up. To be honest, he doesn't really do the best with that.
Yeah, he's gonna have a tough time switching around, but I think Victini really helps that a lot. I think Victini was a great pickup for him, especially in Free Z. Like, his team's gonna be real good. So.
And last thing I'll say with his removers, I think on this team, Hydreigon's going to be Scarf a lot of the time, so its removal capabilities downgraded a bit. And stuff like, I guess, I know he's dropped Ho now, but that's not really a remover you want to run. And Contact and Serena are mons which you can't really, you don't bring them into like that many games, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I think like Hazard just really going on this team.
Yeah, it's very limited. So I think Serena's just going to be pressured a lot. I think he's going to be pressured to bring it and spin with it. So,
anyone have anything else to say?
That's it.
I got everything in.
Yep. All right. Moving on to Bibalno and the Duns Arsenal FC with Mew, Megalope, Magina, Kieran White, Alon Momola, Nidoqueen, Delmise, Sharpedo, Talonflame, and Zebstrika. So this seems pretty interesting because I think I had them ranked, I think, ninth.
I love them.
JJ had him third, and Jack had him 15th.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
I don't know who you should start with, really.
It wasn't me.
Positive.
I mean, I love this team, so.
Yeah, JJ, go for it. Go for it.
Well,
It's the positives and it's.
When I first looked at this team, I was like, there's a Kyurem White, and a Magearna, and a Megalopony, and a Mew. I was like, yo, this team's fire. But I mean, so remind me. So I'm guessing Magearna is
Yeah. I'll say what
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
are. So the restrictions on Magina is that it can't have an item or shift gear,
right.
which is what we had last season.
Yeah.
If I'm not. And then Kyurem White is that it can't have an item and it can't run recovery. So that's Roost and Rest.
Okay, so I think that Roost issue is, and Magearna not having an item is a little bit solved by Wish on Alomola. I think that's a very good draft cover for those weaknesses. I really like his late game with Sharpedo, Talonflame, and Zebstrika. I think a lot of teams we've looked at are very weak to bird spam, so I think Talonflame actually can put in some value. But I mean, can we not like? Can you go wrong when you draft a defensive core of Mew and Aloe with also the best Steel Fairy type in the game? You have one of the best late game cleaners in the game in Megalopony. You have the versatility of, say, Delmise and Nidoqueen as well. And then you have what? I think Kyurem White has 160 special attack. Am I right?
170.
Yeah, 170.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah.
He has 170 special attack with Dragon Fire coverage and obviously Ice. So it's I was like, yo, this team, I want it. Like, I want to use it. Like, this team looks like so much fun. And you guys know I'm a big Alomomola guy myself. And I think it's actually very well supported here because people could think, oh, it's setup fodder. Well, you're not going to set up too well when there's a Kyurem White in the back, a Magearna in the back, a Lopunny in the back, and a Mew in the back that can, pressure those mons trying to set up. So I really like this team.
I guess my main thing is like, I guess I probably shouldn't 15th. I probably could have given it a little more justice. But my thing is just, in general, like when I draft Lop, like typically don't only want one rock or one rocker, isn't it? And then Queen.
It's Mew and Nidoqueen.
Mew as well. And then also there's no spikes. I personally like, it's completely preference, but I just personally like Mew with spikes because only having rocks is sort of meh in my opinion.
He's got T spikes.
He does have a T spike, as well, but that's also on his Nidoqueen,
right,
which is also his main rocker.
Right.
Zebstrika and Talonflame to me, they're okay mons, but just in general, I don't like them being the only mons between Mew and Megalop.
Fair.
I think there could have been something just a bit more, like they're decent mons, but something a bit like more high tier. I think.
Hey, Sharpedo after Protect.
Sharpedo, that's true. And like you're talking about, Aloe is really. Good wish passer for his team. It's got Regenerator, which makes him probably one of the best. But it is so passive, and even like you said, you can't fully set up. I think clicking Substitute versus it is so free, and you can sort of just get really good chip off versus something like.
In my experience, when you play with Aloe, like you have to obviously you need to identify the setup on the opponent's team, and if they can come in like on a Scald or a Knock, like you just need to know that hey, I need to either pull a double here. Or I just need to, knock, then get out, and then go into something that can break the sub. But Lopunny, I'm sure how many mons can sub against Lopunny's fake out? Like, I mean, obviously there's a good amount, but like Lopunny's fake out breaks a lot of subs of certain mons. So I don't know. I think it's supported very well here on this team.
Yeah. I think I'm just sort of hesitant on because of the restrictions of Magearna and Kyurem White. It is when you look at the two mons by itself, it is a very scary core. But with the restrictions, I think I'm just a little bit unsure of how they're both going to perform. I think it's just sort of it's a bit of the unknown for how they're going to perform.
For sure. Oh, the unknowns for sure. I've used Magearna with those exact restrictions. I think it's pretty good. Obviously you want an item on it. The problem I had with it was just obviously recovery. But I think, Aloe really helps with that. But But yeah, I understand the unknown is kind of the issue. But when you have a core to fall back on of Mew and Mega Lop, I think that helps a lot.
Yeah.
With regards to the unknown, I think with Kieran White, I think it hits as hard as a Kieran Black, Lifeball Kieran Black on the special side.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they're both 170, right?
Yeah. Well, I know Kieran Black's 120 special attack.
No, I meant the inverse attack and.
Yeah, I'm talking about the special.
Yeah, but Kieran White gets good ice stab.
That's true. Yeah, so it's basically the equivalent of I think it's a slightly more powerful Lifeball Kieran Black Ice Beam.
You want to be able to run Roost on it though. That kind of stinks.
But, that's the thing, because even though he does have Aloe, it like really like hinders like a potential like sub Kieran, which I think is one of the best Kieran sets, which I guess Jack can testify to.
What? Oh, with Kieran being sub.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kieran. Well, I mean, you want Roost on, but yeah, Kieran with sub, it is pretty nasty. I mean, you can just go sub Roost and then either one cover or two coverage moves or like one stab and toxic, and it sort of aids to break.
I think he's free to run rest, right? Or is
no,
he can't
no,
run.
it can't run
it's all healing move. Okay, got you.
So, and my other thing that I had was that even though I'm not against like defensive Mew, I think Mew's like pressured in terms of their hazards setting and the hazard removal, because we said earlier Nidoquinty and Liver Rocker, and then his removals Talonflame, which isn't removal, and Delmize with Spin. So I feel like Mew's just going to be forced into like a more fatter role. I mean, I guess he has like the breakers to make that like not as big of an issue. But it's not like the most ideal thing for like your first overall, like your first pick to be.
Well, he had a wheel, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he was on the wheel.
Yeah, he was on the wheel.
He got Lop on the wheel?
Yeah, he got Mew Lop on the wheel.
Wow.
I think someone got Mew Kieran Black on the wheel.
That was a while ago. That was JP back in the day.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it's just personal for me. It's just personally when I draft Mega Lop, I like to have more hazard options than just.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I understand.
I think Spike was a really push the team on, especially because he did have the spinner.
I would have loved to see an Acelgor on this team.
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be really clean. I'd like that a lot.
Because I love Acelgor. That's one of my favorite mons in draft. So I would have loved it on this team with the speed, the U-turn, and Spike. Whew, would have been great.
Yeah.
But yep. We can move on. Probably.
I think that's all we have to say. And this will be an interesting one. Next up, we have me, the London Arsenal.
Do I got some things to say?
Part 2's not 8th anymore.
Pardon?
Part 2's not 8th anymore.
No, because we moved.
That's right.
Oh, you know what? No, we can do Part 2 first. Okay, I'm gonna move myself up.
No, I gotta move. God.
I'm moving myself up. No, we can do that. All
right, we're talking Parksy. Woo.
Yeah. Okay. So
you really just edited the 8.
For the sake of balance and the sake of moving my team up a spot, that's really what matters. It's the Deoxys Speed, Zygarde, Mega Scizor, Sylveon, Crobat, Alolan Persian, Heliolisk, Volcanyon, Chestnut, Lifelink Dusk, and Marshadow.
Before we talk about this team,
Marshadow.
Can you
Marshadow.
Whoa!
I mean, a similar mons.
Very similar.
Can we go over his changes, because I think he changed out his first pick, right? So he changed out
his first. I guess we can start off with like the team as is, and then we can go on to his.
Well, that's lame because he changed his first pick.
His pick changes definitely. Fundamentally changes team a whole lot, but we can get to that.
All right, then go ahead.
Do you want me to start? Okay, so I really like the first few picks on this team. I think I used Deoxys Speed in season 7, and I think it's a mon which is like really restricted by the person using it, and its restrictions, by the way, is no Nasty Pot and no Z.
Yeah.
So really, its breaking powers hindered a lot. So you want to have like really good like setup options and really good offense behind it. Because with the original team I had with it, like the offense was just a bit lacking a bit. And then I picked up Mega Morwell and Lando Ayuch, it's not the worst combination to pick up. And that just really helped, and Deoxys Speed just really helped complement those mons especially. And I think he's done a similar thing, picking up Zygarde, which is really good setup for it. And I think something that Deoxys Speed can really, really support. And then Mega Sizzle, which breaks down the bulky grass types for Zygarde very, very well, as well as being able to switch into hidden power ices. And then he has Sylveon, which is a nice wish pass for his team. And then from there, I think he picks up some really solid mons. I think Crobat and Alolan Persian gives him some really good momentum alongside the Sizzle, along with Heliolisk, in fact. And then he's got Volcanion, which I think is pretty solid. It's a good fire and ice switching, which is, I think, nice because he picked up the Zygarde and the Mega Sizzle. And then he picks up Chestnut, which is all right. And then I think at this point he realized, oh wait,
I'm
I have
Parksy.
no other Stealth Rockers.
Are
And
you
they
sure?
just
Are you
pounced
sure he
me.
didn't say, "Wait, I'm Parksy. My name is
Lycanroc
Parksy"?
and Marshtomp.
He said, "My name is Parksy. I got to do Parksy things."
Yeah. So like Marshtomp's the most Parksy pick in existence.
Oh, he
Jesus
looks
Christ.
like Parksy. He literally.
Yeah, really, really. The big negative on this team is the Stealth Rockers are dreadful.
Yep.
Oh, like Deoxys Speed's a good Stealth Rocker, but being pigeonholed to run hazards every week on it, it's just a whole lot worse.
When I saw this
Yeah.
team though, I was like, dude, this team is awesome. Like, I love the hazards plus the setup plus the breakers plus the speed plus the momentum. Like, I didn't see anything wrong with this team besides maybe a physical breaker. I love the Crobat plus Persian momentum setup. Into Volcanion, into D-Dancing with just parting shots into freaking Zygarde and Scizor. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that is so strong, especially when you have hazards up. Like, I loved every part of this team. To know that he switched it, I'm kind of upset with. I really wish he would have stayed with it for a week. But you guys know I don't care about rockers too much. I rarely play games with rocks anyway. But I love the team. Like, I wish he didn't change it, but I guess we can go over his changes here in a second. You got anything, Jack?
I think you guys touched on it. My main note was like because his like steel type is weak or doesn't resist flying. He is sort of weak to flying type, even though his team is just generally really just bulky overall. His flying resists are Lycanroc and a Heliolisk.
Right.
Yeah, and I just imagine like a I don't know like a Tornadus
For-
spent
yeah.
Hurricane.
Right.
Like that's a bit annoying.
How does he beat Lando?
He doesn't. Scizor.
Uh,
It's just Scizor beating. I mean,
Probably kick up with Persian, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
fur coat.
Yeah. Persian's interesting in this team because it's free Z as well, and I think the Z parting shot and stuff like Zygarde,
Oh yeah,
Scizor,
it's fantastic.
that's
Yeah.
pretty huge.
It's outstanding.
So, I think it's a pretty good team overall. The only main note I have is the lack of rockers or good rockers, and then the flying resist thing.
Yeah, obviously this team could really use a bulky water, like a
And
better.
Marshtomp.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
The goat.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Oh.
Actually,
Do you want to go over his changes, Has, so we can really?
I want to see how bulky Marshtomp is first. This is more important.
It's. I can't.
All right, we're gonna do the counts. We're gonna get it up.
Oh, the cow.
Move your lights. All right. Oh, actually, I thought it'd be more physically defensive.
Is
It's
it
actually
is it even a ground type yet?
70s. It's like
Is it water ground?
yeah, it's water
Yeah.
ground.
Okay.
What should I put it up against? Let's put it up against Lando because we were talking about what did Lando check. Maybe it's this.
It gets
I
too.
reckon Marshtomp could take 2 EQs.
There's no way.
Not
Alright.
anymore, though.
All right. Well, without an EV light, yeah, 2 EQs mugs it, but with an EV light, it's actually a rock free at KO if it's max defense.
And what's it gonna do? And what's it gonna do back? 30% with
Ice Beam.
Ice
All right.
30%.
All right. Let's say it's gold. Its gold can do 50%. It can do 40 to 50. That's not
That's
bad.
a range of Banded E-Speed or maybe Bullet Punch, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. Ice Beam doesn't OPO. Which...
I mean, and you just switch into any mon ever in existence
yeah, exactly.
to avoid that.
So, yeah, let me actually get on to his changes. So his changes was that he dropped Deoxys Speed, Lycanroc Dusk, and unfortunately Marshtomp.
Oh,
Yeah, devastating.
breaking our hearts.
Yes, stay with us, guys. Stay with us for the Zelf Swampert. I mean, he's just downgraded his Marshtomp there, and Aurorus.
well,
So he's gone from 1 Stealth Rocket to 2 and Aurorus.
I guess my question is, what did he gain with those switches? Okay,
Rockets.
okay, is that really what he was after? Like that? To change. Basically, all I heard right there was he went from Deoxys speed to his elf, and that's all I heard.
Well, I mean, I think the Marshtomp to Swampert is pretty good.
I mean,
I actually like his elf. I think his elf's not bad.
no, I love his elf. But I just don't. I'd rather have a Deoxys speed. Like,
Yeah, I can see that.
So he got rid of spikes. Well, I guess he still has spikes on Chestnut, but he still worked. He's still weak to bird spam. He just got rid of spikes for rocks, and that's it. That's all.
Well, he has Chestnut, to be fair.
Yeah, but that's like we talked about bird spam and.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
Yeah,
being-
he could have.
and being
Well, actually, no.
weak to-
Hold on. He has Aurorus now. That changes everything.
I'm so sorry.
That's
Yeah,
the
Aurorus,
word. That's
I forgot
hold
about the
Star Raptor with flying plus combat.
Yeah.
90% of birds. 90% of birds learn a fighting type move, and what karate chop kills Auroras. Sorry.
We can give a bit more than that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Go call karate chop from Halucha. That's
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's Aurorus' defense?
it always crits though, so you gotta.
Oh, okay. I guess I thought his defense was higher, but his HP stats really high.
Yeah, it's HP stats. The only good thing about it. I mean,
Hey, remember that one season where he thought this thing got Aurora Veil?
Veil, yeah, it was a long time.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't. I think we were saying, I think it was Coach Rick. I think we're like, oh my god, he has Aurora Veil on this team. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
And then just it didn't.
I'm pretty sure that was Zero, wasn't it, in his own video?
Yeah, Zero said it. Yeah, because there was a Smeagol that could run Aurora Veil.
Right. But I think we should move on to the next squad because the next squad's super.
Do we
good.
have to?
Yes, we do.
I think we do.
All right. I'm ready to defend my team here. So
There's no reason to defend it. You have one mod on there that just needs to leave.
hold up. Seventh, because it's moving myself into the top half.
He changed the number to 7.
All right, yep. So we have Genesect, Impernape, Rotom Wash, Naganadel, Round 5 Aromatisse, CGY, which I just want to say I picked CGY in the hopes that I could finally pick it without my power ranking position being affected, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, then you invited me back.
Yeah, that broke on my part, to be honest. Piloswine, Scrafty, Mega Aerodactyl, Poolfish, Gotharita, and Taurus.
I'm pretty sure I put you pretty middle, didn't I? Though I didn't knock you down.
Yeah,
to last.
you didn't put me low. Jack put me low.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, Jack, roast me. I'm ready. I've got the counter arguments.
He's answered the phone call, so I'll start.
No, I hung up. Don't worry, I'm fine. Anyway,
oh my god, what?
Don't worry. Anyway, I sort of the same thought with JJ had with Dave's team. I don't really know why I really don't like the team, to be honest.
I can tell you why you don't like it, but go on.
I think
I'm disgraced. It's because it's my team, isn't it? You just want
I don't think it is. I think I've never really seen a team like this in general. So again,
nobody has.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Yeah.
I think this is maybe a bit of a weird point, but I think it's sort of, to me at least, it sort of lacks an identity on what it wants to do to win games in general. Like it has a lot of just good mons as a whole, but I am sort of curious to how
I can explain that.
I can explain it, Jack.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
Well, no, I wasn't saying your name, Jack. I was saying the term Jack. Like I'm right, but anyway. No, so he wants. So this is hyper offense with his eyes closed, I guess, when he drafted it. Does that make sense? So I'm pretty sure you were like, hey, so you drafted some fun mons. So you got great momentum, obviously. And I think your drops and your additions, because I don't know if Jack knows those yet. Because you made some free agent pickups that are leaning more towards hyper offense. So which I am a hyper offensive player, and you have Spike Stack with Quillfish. You have a Trapper with Gotharita. Is it Gotharita?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I thought that was the name. I couldn't remember. So yeah, you have a Trapper that can get rid of, say, like a Celesteal. You can trick it a whatever you want to trick it and, just neuter it. You have like decent switching.
I hope Jackie isn't listening.
I'm sorry if I'm giving your giving your strats away. So, but I love the momentum. I love the speed tier with Mega Aerodactyl, because I think Aerodactyl is a great late come in and put in the work after you do your Volt Turn offense. But yeah, and it's diverse. Obviously, what's his mouth? Genesect can be special. You can hit on the physical side as well. Rotom could even do some fun things with Trick. Like, I feel like it's super diverse and super hyper offensive. That's why I like it, because it's something I would do. But at the same time, it's like, if you lose your momentum, if you lose your offense, or if you have a tough matchup, you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
Done.
I guess one thing I did overlook is I think the combination of Infernape plus Aerodactyl I think is actually pretty strong.
Oh, it's amazing.
But,
yeah, it's fantastic.
Because I think the main point is I think there's a lot of these offensive mons. Well, for me at least, maybe this is sort of a bit meh of a point, but it's sort of you can't fully rely on them every week, if you know what I mean. Like they they can definitely have some really bad matchups.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I don't really know what's Nog's restrictions again. Is it
no support?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's still decent mon, but with those restrictions, I don't fully know how I feel about it.
I think on hyper offense, it actually will be a lot better, because I think things will be weakened enough to where it can break, and where it can clean up, and especially when you have Spikes plus Goth and a decent rocker in Piloswine, because I actually really like Piloswine. I think this is a very interesting, and it's okay. So when I saw it, I knew it was Has. Like, I was like, this is I was like, this is a total Has. Like, it's weird, and it doesn't look like it's gonna be good. Like when he drafted that Deoxys Speed team, I was like, dude, this team's garbage, and then he made it work. Like, I think it's gonna be all right. And if he needs a hyper offensive coach, he's got me on speed dial.
Oh yeah, of course. So
what were your drops? I think we should go over that though. Like your offense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I think I dropped Aromatisse, but basically,
you didn't need that on this team. It doesn't fit.
The thing that I was gonna pick up Float Eternal just because I wanted to use it.
Yeah.
And then it got picked up, and I was in like a huge panic because there were like no other fairies left. And, well, besides that or Slurpuff, so I was like, I need more bulk Aromatisse. And I think I definitely picked it up way too early. I'll be the first one to admit that. But I think Slurpuff helps the team a lot more, I think.
So you did pick up Slurpuff.
Sticky webs. Just, like, really complements the team a lot. And the fact that it can also go offensive as well as...
Oh, I love the Slurpuff edition.
Pokemon.
I love the Slurpuff edition.
Yeah, and then I dropped Tauros for Ambipom. I like Tauros, but I think Ambipom, I just wanted the mom that was.
I really like fake out pressure on your team with obviously the U-turn, because it can stay in that core offense. But I really like the fake out chip for late game Genesect, late game Infernape, late game Naga.
Absolutely.
So I like it, dude. I dig it.
So yeah, the idea was just so Genesect's just a mon which really, really destroys bulky teams because of the ability to download and all this is coverage.
Right.
So I wanted to pair it with mons that could really take advantage of HO. So stuff like Infinite because he has like really good dual stab, really good priority
on both sides too.
Yeah, and Nagadel I think is a really, really good check to HO because you can't check it with a Scarfer specifically because it can boost its speed with Beast Boost, so you can't just go into a Scarf and revenge it unless obviously the Scarf is faster. But because of its really high speed tier, that becomes an issue. And I think Naga's restriction being the Nasty Plot and Z, it needs mons around that can break said bulky mons down. I think Genesect just does a really good job of doing that. And they both have momentum as well, along with Infinite. I think like half my team has momentum pretty much. It's
it's a lot of momentum.
Yeah, which really does help out a lot.
Which I think is going to help Goth trap as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Goth wasn't originally part of mine. I actually got sniped a lot. I was actually going to draft I was planning on drafting like a really like fat defensive core, and then it all just got taken. So I was like, okay, whatever. Just HO it is. So yeah, I think Goth just really helps out with that because I mean, it's a mon that you'd sort of like sleep on, but it can really like take out like a lot of the really fat
Yeah,
stuff.
but its job is to take out like one mon or
Yeah, exactly. I think it's week 2. Even though the game didn't unfortunately didn't get played, but I was gonna bring a Gothitelle as my Mega Sableye check. So I was just gonna fling a Toxic Orb and then set up Carmine's Rest and Protect to stall it out.
Yeah, it's all but that one set can help open up for all your
Yeah,
other
exactly,
guys, and
because
that's all that matters. Hyper offense needs one kill, and then it goes in like that, and that's what Goth can do for you. And even other mons like Quillfish, that's what Quillfish can do, give you that spike to help you go in. So
that was huge in week 1. I think I played KHD that week. He didn't bring Mandibus, so Quillfish could just set up the spike and
that's huge for this team. So I really like it a lot. We can probably move on to my boy. So.
The best JJ, as he's now keeps referring to himself as.
No, I gave him the title. Hey, you listen.
Yeah,
I passed the torch down, and he did me a solid by drafting my girl down below, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh God! All right, Darkrai, Clefable, Sizzle, Mega Medicham, Neolego, Flygon, Shaman Sky, Mesprit, Gastrodon, Leavanny, and Roselia. So I want to start off by saying I have no idea why Jack put this at number 2 because this seems absolutely trash.
What?
Well, okay, all right. Take out the first 5 ones.
No.
Take out. All right, no. All right.
What is the best core? There's two.
I think he had the best start out of all the teams, and then he had the second worst ending behind KHD.
There is a 2-mon core on that screen that will win him at least 4 games. Do you know what that core is?
I assume it's Darkrai Mega Medicham.
No, it's Mega Medicham Leavanny.
Oh,
that's gonna win him at least 4 games. Listen, let me talk about this squad real quick. Mesprit is one of the best utility mons in draft, especially late. No, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
I feel like it's just a nothing mon. It doesn't hit. I had it before. It doesn't hit hard enough.
No, it doesn't need to hit.
Down way too easily. I don't think it's fat enough at any recovery.
It needs to take 1 attack. It needs to set up some rocks, and it needs to get you into Mega Medicham.
And it dies, and then it dies.
That's fine. It can die, but then it gets you into Mega Medicham, and then you start clicking buttons. I see this team clicking buttons and winning games. That's what I see. Because I see webs up, I see rocks up, I see Medicham breaking, and I know he's good with Shaman Sky, right? Like he's kind of he's used Shaman Sky before, right?
Nah, I think he's thinking of TC.
Oh, is that TC? But regardless, he's seen TC use it, so that means he's good with it.
Okay. I guess we'll see about that.
But Nihilego too, I think is a beautiful draft mon. I think it's a sleeper. I love this team. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You can't change my mind either. So.
No, I do think there are some. I'm not sure why. Maybe it could have been lowered to 2. I do think there are some things wrong.
There are so many flaws with this team.
I think in general, though, like just because of the fact that like with the first sort of like 4, the top 4 mons, the first 3 or 4 Mega Medi, I think they all go with Mega Medi so well.
Oh yeah.
And it's just really solid. I think a couple things though that were pretty negative. I think physical flying types are pretty, or just flying types in general are.
Yeah, flying types are always team.
Pretty bad. And I will say his ground types, people are starting to really draft. I've seen a lot of people draft Flygon now. I don't really know why. It's a Flygon.
Flygon's dreadful.
Yeah.
The league I'm in now, you redraft after every 4 weeks, and I drafted it once, and it was trash.
Yeah, and Sizzle is its only defogger. Yeah. I don't think Flygon's a good defogger too. I think Sizzle's a good, decent defogger, but I think because of that, it's just going to have potential for moveslot syndrome with his Sizzle.
That's fine.
I did also have the fact that because with Shaman, Roselia, and Leavanny, all of them being weak, and Flygon as well, all being pretty weak to ice, and his water type
resist is
the Scizor. Yeah, that's the main thing I had, is it being the only resistant Scizor is not the greatest. But I do think in general, like I really like the top 4 with the Nihi as well. Like I think that just by
I just
itself
think this is a
just
very
so good.
hyper offensive team. Like I think it's going to be super. I think Clef is not going to be, there to, calm minded. I think you're going to see a life orb Clef. I think you're going to see something like that come. I mean, maybe it can wish and do other stuff like that, but I mean, I don't think Gastrodon really fits on this team. I think he probably just drafted because he needed a water. But
it's quite nice for this lads.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I think this team's going to be really offensive. Like I think it's going to be U-turn based plus web offense plus just Metacham doing Metacham type things, and Darkrai obviously doing Darkrai things.
Yeah, and he has a lot of utility options as well. Like, some of these utility mons, they aren't the best utility, but some weeks they are very good utility.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I see Mesprit and I see Clef just spreading around the yellow color, and then I just see things winning. Like I really like it.
I think if he changed like some of these last few picks, like the Flygon, the Gastrodon.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm cool with those two.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the Levani and the Roselia. I mean, he had T-spikes already. I mean, I know Roselia gets spikes, but I think he really could like solve his like defensive flaws.
Oh, I'm cool with that.
So I think that's what like holds his team back.
I think Levani's necessary just for webs because Metacham and webs is the scary. Like I said, it'll win you games. Like when I picked it up in season 4, like I think I won the next week literally just by clicking webs once, and then the 6-0 was the rest of the way or 5.
I think it just saved it. Picked a 1-point web user, to be honest.
But it's great.
I like Levani, but he has like so many grass types. It's just
that's fine. I mean, I'm cool dropping. I think he could probably drop Flygon for something better. I don't know what's available. I don't know if Druddigon was drafted or something like that, but.
Yeah, I think between Flygon, Gastro, and Roselia, I think between the 3 he can drop those and pick up maybe a bit better of a 3-mon core there.
Oh, for sure. I agree.
Better ground. Roselia I will say Roselia is a little bit redundant. It's a good mon. I actually like Roselia. It's pretty good.
It's good for its price, but I just don't like it on the team.
Yeah, when you have a Nihi, and you want T-Spike, just bring the Nihi. Just bring that.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of how. I'm just more frustrated about what this team could have been.
That's fair.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did he? Is Red Rock taken?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I was gonna say I actually like Red Rock for the physical side of the rock. I don't know what water types are left or what's there, but I think Gas.
Water Stomp.
Oh
my Power Stomp is.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to 5.
I'm sorry. I tried to get to number 1, but it was in vain, my friend. It was in vain. So we had the Montreal Giga Impacts, Rattata with the Mega Gallade, Tyranitar, Empoleon, Florges, Superior, Rotom Heat, Gengar, Yamaga, Miltank, Volbeat, Zygarde 10%, and the Rattata pick of the season, Magnemite.
I can already tell you. I can give you the lowdown on Magnemite. I got you in a second, but go on.
Well, can I have a question though? Is Magnemite his Lele check?
It could very well be.
Magnemite will sweep.
Well, I said Metang was his Lele check. I'm not commenting anymore because Rattata will be very upset. Although I think he's already played Ian. Yeah, I think he's played Ian, but. Just in case they're playing playoffs, I won't say anything.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't want Rattata to be upset with me. So yeah, I really like this team. I think it doesn't really have like any like major weaknesses per se. I think when you first look at it, I think it's a bit underwhelming just because like maybe besides like Mega Lake, nothing like goes wow about the teams. Maybe compared to like some of the other ones like the Balnos, like McGinn, Kieran White, or JJ's team with the Darkrai, Mega Medi, Clefable, etc. But I think he's actually supported Gallade pretty well. I think I had Gallade Tito in Owl last season, and I think Tito's a pretty good check to bulky psychic types. I think his physical and special offense is pretty solid, and I think his defense is also fairly solid. I think there's like 1 or 2 mons which could be a bit passive, but I think he also has like some decent defensive mons which can like hit hard enough. I think I think some pretty solid speed as well with superior Zygarde, Gallade, Gengar, and I think his hazard setting and removing is pretty solid. Maybe would have liked to see some spikes and T-spikes with Gallade, but
Yeah,
you know,
I can see that.
I guess my only real issue, I have two issues with this team. They aren't the biggest issues, but first thing is I think sell-up psychic types sort of going on this team because he doesn't have a second psychic type with Gallade, and his dark type's T-Tar, so psychic types with Focus Blast sort of just go in. It doesn't have like he does have like stuff like Yamega which can break them pretty well on T-Tar. But say like for example like a Trick Room Reuniclus just sort of destroys him.
That's pretty bad. Yeah.
And then the other thing is I think maybe some more momentum would be nice. I think his momentum mons are Rotom Heat, Yanmega, I guess, and Magnemite. I guess Volbeat as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe another good momentum would help.
Can I tell you all about Magnemite yet?
Sure.
No, do that last.
Oh, okay. I mean, in general, I like the team. I think the utility has, like you were saying, like it's not so passive enough to where stuff can set up on it. They have ways around them, quick setup moves such as M-Tapping Roar and Fortress is the most passive mod. It can hit hard. I also think in general, I think it's really good options for Choice Scarf users. It's in general really nice, and the speed tiers are really nice as well, and the setup is there. I think T-Tar with Mega Gallade is also pretty huge as well. Just having a really reliable pursuit trapper for Gallade, and yeah, I mean in general, I think it's just in general a really good team. I guess 3 Rockers, maybe like a T-Spiker or Spiker you said could help out as well. But yeah, I don't know. I like Team a lot.
I think this team, like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, Mega Gallade, I love it. It's one of those, wow factor mons. And the rest of his team are all mons that are just kind of like, BL, like borderline good mons in where, according to where they're drafted usually, or like in a points tier. Like they're all just underwhelming. He's super weak to rocks. Obviously he's got a decent defogger in Empoleon, but I hate Empoleon. Like I can't stand it, and I hate when Florges is somebody's only defogger because.
Sorry.
No, go. You're good.
I think I counted. Doesn't he have 6 defoggers technically? They may not all the greatest defoggers, but he has a lot.
But are they good at it? Because Rotom obviously is weak to rocks. Florges has so much 4 move slot syndrome. It's not even funny when you're forced to run defog on it. I mean it can. I mean Volbeat's a Volbeat, like. But
yeah, I think Empoleon's Rotom's fine enough in my opinion.
No, but like this team is fine. Like it's good, but like it's just there's a lot of underwhelming mons, I think, and I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Gallade to be great, even though it is. But I think T-Tar is good too. But like I just think it's kind of underwhelming. Like I'm trying to see how he breaks teams, I guess, besides Gallade. Like especially on the
Sub can break, but he obviously needs to leave forms off.
Spam Glare.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Spam Glare. But like his special breakers don't exist. Like I mean, obviously. I
think Gengar is definitely a good special breaker.
You think it's a breaker? Like I mean, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I think Gengar's a breaker.
I don't know. I walled it with an AV Tangrowth last week, so I didn't. It was a Choice Scarf Gengar, and I killed it.
Wait. How on earth did a Tangrowth fall like?
Because it was I was at 70%. He switched in a Choice Scarf Gengar and clicked Sledge Wave. I ate it and killed him with knockoff.
That's just a bad player, then.
I mean, what do you want? That's fine, but I'm saying it can't break a Tangrowth. So what do you?
Must be a bad player.
Yeah, but it can't break a Tangrowth. So what do you want? Isn't a breaker supposed to break in that situation? Like it shouldn't.
Why didn't he either chip it into range of where an AV Tangrowth, where he can kill an AV Tangrowth, or did he not scout?
Can I put this in a more numerical sense? So he had a Choice Specs Pre-Marina, right? It did 51% with Moonblast to my Tangrowth, and Gengar did 66 with Sludge Wave.
I'm gonna calc out.
Like that's what I'm saying. Choice specs for
No, I
Marina.
believe it.
It did 51, and then
No, okay, no, all right. Yeah.
But what I'm just saying is,
spec for Marina hits hard.
it hits like a truck. Hits like an absolute truck. But like I'm just saying, Gengar isn't the breaker you want in a lot of senses. Like, I think it'd be a lot better for that Levitate.
I don't even like Gengar. I don't know why I'm defending it so much. So I think it's easy to pursue trap, which is
for sure. But let me tell you about Magnemite real quick. So he's gonna get Magnemite. He's gonna send it out, and it's gonna be at level 1 or 5 or something like that. It's gonna have Berry Juice and Recycle and Toxic and Thunder Wave. And he's gonna sit there, he's gonna Thunder Wave, and he's gonna recycle that back up and drink it up, and he's gonna Toxic things, and he's gonna be annoying as bleep. And then he's gonna stall. Boom. There, you're welcome. Just told you.
Thank God doesn't get hit by sand.
I mean, can't be sanded, can't be toxic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's good.
It's foolproof. There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, there's plenty wrong with it, but I'm just saying when you don't prep, for it.
The fish strats,
Hey, man.
I mean, that's all what his idea with the Pineco was, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just, it's rat, it's rat, right? And this we all know this guy's the GOAT, and he'll be fine. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, at least I won't have to, since I have this knowledge now. Rat, you don't have to bring this versus me. So please don't bring it versus me, embarrass me like that.
You're welcome. I got your back. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, actually, one other thing I'll say about the special, I think Yanmega is a very good special breaker.
Yeah, it takes 50 from rocks. 50.
Well, you were asking for a special. That's a special breaker.
That takes 50 from rocks. That can't switch in twice.
Oh, it can switch in twice. It can't switch in 3 times.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. And then it dies when you breathe on it.
It can switch in once, but then if Sand's up, then it's
I get the point.
Oh, he's not gonna bring Santitar that often. It's gonna be unnerved, which is useless. But
I guess like if you want to spin a boost.
Yeah, but anyway, let's move on, please. I love this next team. I want to talk about
it. You were the real number one, right? You're the real number one.
Always. He's the GOAT. But dude, I love this team.
Right.
This is the team I want to talk
about. Pittsburgh Feelers with Ian, with Pulele, Weavart, Zapdos, Dog Trio, Registeel, Hitmonlee, Megaceptor, Lantern, Licky, Excelgor, Typhlosion, and the Regirock. He has a Typhlosion number 1 team.
Okay, so the only mistake he made was Typhlosion.
No. I'm not.
Okay, so let me tell you about this team when I first looked at it. So I saw Lele, and then I said, okay, so how does he break steals, right? So I was like, okay, Weavile. So I was like, okay, so he needs to break, so I said fighting type weakness, right? And I kept scrolling, and I saw Doug Trio because I skipped over Zapdos because Zapdos is, I'll get to Zapdos later. But I saw Dougie, and I was like, oh, Dougie Lele, perfect. And then I saw Registeel. I was like, oh, there's some fat. He has, Hitmonlee, who's great. I love Megaceptile and his speed tier with this team. Lantern is one of the GOAT water types. But then I saw Licky and Registeel, right? I think that's a really good core when you have Zapdos.
Yeah.
I love that core with the wish passing, with what Registeel does with Zapdos. But then I'm looking at his team, I'm like, this man needs some hazards. And then he drafted the GOAT. And then he drafted my boy a Selgor, who can literally just So what I've learned about a Selgor, because I drafted it in my last redraft, and then my buddy just drafted it, is you can lead with it, and you can get a kill with Final Gambit. Like it sounds like cheese, but like 80, I think it has 85 HP. That kills a lot of mons. Like there's not many mons I can switch into just a straight up Final Gambit from a Selgor, and I love that aspect with Lele and Weavile. I think that's awesome. And then I think Regirock's a great Spadef mon too as well, especially with wish support from Licky. And yeah, that's all his mons that people need to talk about.
Typhlosion.
Oh, sorry. The Fire Weasel isn't really a talking point for me. But no, I really like his team. I think it's very well balanced. I think he built around Lele very well. I love the trapping with Dougie plus that core of Licky, Registeel, even Regirock with all that fighting weakness, and he drafted the best fighting type switching in the game. So.
Well, yeah, because ghost types don't exist.
Okay, I'm saying the most relevant.
All right.
Because
Gengar. I just think Gengar's a better fighting suit.
90% of fighting types, maybe 95 get knock. So
I can't disagree with that. I'm gonna be a bit more. Even though I like this team, I had it.
go
pretty
ahead
high.
and try. Go ahead and try to break holes in it. Because
All right. All right. T Spikes. He has no brand poison.
Yeah, he's in poison. Oh, wait.
And then his removal is literally Zapdos and Hitmonlee-ish.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Hazard's like really hot.
Okay,
the system a whole
removal
lot.
is a little bit of a problem. I agree.
His only electric immunities are Dugtrio, which isn't the greatest.
That's not true. He has 2 mons that soak up even Sceptile.
Oh, yeah, Sceptile.
Sceptile. And he has Lantern.
Yeah, that as well. Every week, but yeah.
Even Regis don't give a bleep about electric attacks either.
I mean, yeah. I think
Lantern
gets shipped really easily. When I had it, I had to run like Z heal bell a lot.
For Lantern? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's always running Z heal bell if it comes. That's usually a standard.
Yeah, and like obviously. Oh, and one more thing, Lele can't run Z.
Yeah, I figured.
But yeah, I really like his first 2 picks with the Dugtrio. I think Dugtrio can trap and kill a lot of the mons, which that Lele and Weavile find really annoying. And even if they have to run the Shed Shell, that means they can't run like a maybe Resist Berry, 50% Berry leftovers to help them deal with Lele and Weavile.
Oh yeah,
I think
for sure.
What else was I going to say? I think. Actually, no. I wouldn't say that's a problem.
This team sort of reminded me of what was it? My last team. I drafted Lele Zapdos, and I think even though, like you said, like you drafted Register Licky, I still think Zapdos, like he also has Lele as well. I still think fighting types are still pretty good because they're going to be able to run another coverage move. You literally run fighting move plus 1.
Yeah, that was literally the point I was going to bring. I was going to say fighting types actually are a bit of an issue for this team, even with like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's for sure. Yeah, there's still an issue.
And I also think even his deep is Hitmonlee, is there for spin or whatever. And the only defogger being Zapdos. Zapdos typically wants to run other coverage, especially when you want other coverage other than Dougie to help break the steel types. Yeah. And it's the only defogger. It can easily be pressured, and if you literally set like 1 spike versus this team, everything other than Zapdos takes 12. Like that's pretty rough.
Yeah, I think Zapdos plays pressure too much of this team.
Yeah, literally 1 Spica, and then you're turning out versus Register Licky. They're not gonna be able to get anything off, in my opinion. So,
I also think the Regicore plus Licky and Lantern. I think Ian's a good enough player, but I think it's a pretty passive defensive ball. Obviously, Zapdos helps with that a lot, but that's just something to think about.
Yeah.
I think something he can do is since Alola Marowak got dropped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could drop Typhlosion and pick up Alola Marowak to help with that fighting.
No. Actually, I think it's like double the points for a start.
Oh, I didn't know what the points. I don't know.
But, nice try. No, you're not having that.
I'm just saying Typhlosion's trash. He could even drop Hitmonlee, I think, and that would free up his team a little bit and pick up something a little bit better. Maybe a Ghost or another Defogger that would.
Well, definitely need another remove if he's dropping Hitmonlee.
Yeah, but I'm saying grab it. I think.
Hitmonlee's nice because he has later, and then obviously can run the Unburden.
So like a Psychic Seed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the reason he picked it up. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I think his team.
It's a bit like Lucha can break down the steals and dark.
Right, I think his team offensively is probably top 3. But I agree he has some trouble defensively, but I think it's going to be dependent on how his offense works.
Yeah, it's not even it's not the mons itself. I think it's just another thing of like the it's sort of it's sort of a mix of the typing issues and the fact that they're pretty passive.
Yeah, that's fair. I just think his offense is so overwhelming to a point where that passivity will be a little
for sure.
Negated,
for sure.
Just because Lele is such a freaking
but then you're just like forced to bring Lele in. If it's like a someone, the Lele has to take a hit and all that stuff.
Yeah, fair. I really like it. I think he's gonna be top 5. with this team.
Yeah, definitely good team.
Easily. So, you want to move on to the next squad?
Yeah, let's go. We have number 3, the Detroit Red Wingles Wolf Turds with Landoi, Mega Diancie, Silvally, Cresselia, Incineroar, Cobalion, Tangela, Vaporeon, Ditto, Venomoth, Whimsicott, and Kingler again. Kingler's been drafted in two divisions. How happened? Why is Kingler meta suddenly a realistic thing?
Can I? What's the Lando? Is that Sheer Force?
That's just shit. Yeah, Sheer Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nothing else is original, I think.
My main thing on this team was I first saw Lando I plus Diancie, and I think, how the hell are you supposed to swap into that?
You don't.
Like,
Yeah.
that is
Just-
ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't.
It's literally like, well, I guess even Skarmory like doesn't really take much. Well, doesn't really want to take on Diancie. Like it's a really rough swap into. What else do I have? I guess the one negative thing I had is this fairy resistance Venomoth. I'm pretty sure because there's already still like Cobalion, which typically when I draft Cobalion, I like to get like at least 2 more fairy resists because you're like supposed to resist fairy and it doesn't. I typically don't like that. I guess you can count Crest as resist everything, but yeah, I guess Savali there. Savali I think is more so, I guess Parcha has defog. I think it's gonna be more so used to help out like a type weakness it has in a certain matchup. I think that can be pretty helpful for it.
For sure.
Um,
Don't even be.
But in general,
you guys
I-
are talking to Savali Master, so if you have any questions, just that's
Yeah.
fine.
And I think he has great ways. Yeah. I think he has great ways to dissuade setup as well with Ditto, Whimsicott, Mean Encore, and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. I really like it. I think it's the.
I think the
power
Ditto
behind it.
saves him from like the huge issue of having like really pass this off like Cresselia.
Yeah.
I mean, Vaporeon has raw, but like you like that can be like a hassle to sometimes fit onto it.
Is it really passive?
Sorry?
Vaporeon? I said, is Vaporeon really passive though? I mean, it's got
It can be. It depends.
It's got
It
100 something
depends.
special attack.
It can be by some.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
pretty
like
decent.
not as bad as like an Aloe. For
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a team that doesn't have a mon with a special attack over 100. So I'm pretty sure that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. One other thing to add, I think he really doesn't like flying spam at all. I think he's only resisted the Diancie. So I think like offensive side, I see they're just 6-0s. This team, pretty comfy. I also think that I think like a Tracheon would also go in on this team because his only resist to that is Cobalion. I guess he can run like Choppleberry, but still. But I think the main talking point I want to say about the team is the trades because they sort of confused me a bit because he drops Mega Diancie, Ditto, and Kingler for Mega Pidgeot, Hoopiu, and Electros. And I think it makes his team a whole lot worse, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I really like Diancie there, to be honest. I'm not really.
Yeah, I think from speaking to him, it sounded like he just really didn't like Diancie, so he was just trying to get rid of Diancie, really.
Wait.
Like, he's offering it around
whoa.
with the
What do you do?
Diancie's
What do
so
you do?
good.
Sorry, can you say what?
Yeah,
he
I
did
guess it
again?
just wasn't it.
He dropped Diancie.
Yeah, he dropped Diancie for Mega Pidgeot.
Yeah.
What does Mega Pidgeot really do? I guess it helps the speed.
It's
I mean,
good.
it can sort of accomplish the same thing that Landai Dancey did, but I feel like Landai Dancey just does it better. Has a
Yeah, it
better
does it way
combination.
better. I think I don't know why you're not always going to run the flying moves,
Yeah.
flying coverage for it. So I guess it helps with that. So
Oh no, I really
yeah,
like that. I really
huge
like
fan.
Diancie and Lando I.
yeah, I guess it was like a personal preference thing, really.
That's
And then
fair.
he also dropped Ditto, which I think makes his we were talking about the passivity issue a bit more of an issue.
Right, that's
Yeah.
right.
And then the worst of all, he dropped Ditto and Whimsicott. So yeah, the two things that Jack said was helping his team not being too passive are both gone. But the worst crime of all is that he dropped Kingler, man.
Oh,
Kingler, man. It was only a thing for 1 week.
that's just.
We
so
now have to rely on Kingler to prove that Kingler's a mon. So yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes. But Yeah, I don't know. I mean, with these trades, I'd actually move his team down a fair bit.
Yeah, I agree.
I really would have liked to
Yeah.
see this team as is play a few weeks and go from there, but
Yeah, I guess he maybe had like I think he got 6-0, and then I think he's like just from there. Okay, I need to make some trades, which I can understand.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I would say Hooper's a bit better on this team because he has like way more pivots and stuff.
Yeah, well, Mega Pidgeot and Hoopa is not bad. Like that's
Yeah,
good.
that's definitely not bad, but
And yeah, he has tons of tons of pivots.
Get a bit more try.
Yeah, he has tons of pivots though. Pivots
Yeah,
are
for
everywhere,
sure.
So.
I think it's Lando, Pidgeot, Silvally, Incineroar, Cobalion.
Yep. All them.
I guess technically Vaporeon.
Yeah. Baton Pass, yeah, slow Baton Pass. For sure.
Yeah, I don't think this team's I'm just not too sure what those trades like accomplish.
Yeah, I just think the main thing with the original 11, or yeah, it was 11, or the 12. The original 12 was that his fairy resist is bad because his fire type and his steel type both don't resist fairy, and it's only his poison type that he has resistance.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah, and then as I said, the flying, the Celesteela, just yikes.
I agree.
Obviously, with I think he picked up Eel, which helps with that thing, and then has he picked up any? He doesn't have a fairy type anymore, which is interesting. He dropped both his fairy types.
Yeah, just
Didn't
about.
pick up another fairy.
Interesting.
Yeah, no other fairy resist, just another weakness with Hooper U.
Right.
So, yeah, not too sure, but I guess we'll see how he does.
Yeah,
with it.
I mean,
maybe
you don't
pick up
know.
like comfort mods.
I mean, Pokemon is a game of preferences. Like if you're not comfortable with the team, that can really hurt how you play. So.
Yeah. That's not like something we're like taking too much of account of.
Right.
With
No,
the
zero.
power ranking.
Yeah, zero really. So.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything else to say about the team?
I think we're good. Let's move on to 2.
Yeah.
Number 2, Manly Soap with the Auburn Doublades with Lando T, Alakazam, Greninja, Toxapex, Klefki, Rotomo, Terrakion, Ukasi, Ordino, Kyurem, and Vullaby.
Can I?
Yeah, a lot of Manly picks here over here.
Can you please pronounce the Mon before Adino, please, again?
Ukasi. What?
No, I'm not gonna why Jade is asking you to.
I'm sorry. I just never heard someone say the U that.
How do you say it?
It's Uxie.
Let's go on to the team.
Uxie.
No. How do you say it?
Uxie or Uxie, either way. Not you, Uxie. You said it with such fervor, like I thought you literally like punched a wall when you said it. Like you were so like hyped. You're like Uxie. I was like, whoa, guy, calm down.
I mean, Uxi's a mon that just pumps you up.
There you go. No, you just said it better. You did when you said it. You said it like with such. I'd love to hear it back because you said the U with such like such fervor.
I guess you always have the option to hear that back.
I will.
But,
yeah, since I'm recording. Never mind. I won't look into
Who wants to start?
I mean, I can start on the team because I actually have a. Wait, hold on. What Greninja is that?
Oh,
is
actually, it's
Torrent.
This is
Torrent?
had this much lower than both of us. I think he had this at 9th.
Me? Yeah, I did have it 9th. Basically, outside of Toxapex, I thought this team was going to struggle a little bit defensively. I mean, obviously the Keys is good and Uxie's decent and Audino's okay, but like, I just saw this team getting
Shout out to Vullaby.
Yeah, Vullaby's good. I like Vullaby actually. I just see this team kind of not handling pressure well. Obviously, it has 2 great U-turners in Greninja and Lando, but like I just think this team can get pressured a little bit on the defensive side. I mean, Toxapex is a freak, but as far as like say something with Thunderbolt plus Hidden Power Ice, like what's
Yes, that's what I said. I said he's sort of weak to both being.
I don't see his answer to that kind of offensive.
Maybe like
pressure.
Cure, and I guess some of his bulkier mons can sort of take it on, but I'm not sure they like Ordino and Uxie. They don't do too much back.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're useless, but like when they cut, like if I'm playing this team, and he brought Uxie instead of Terrakion or Audino instead of Kirim, I'd be like, woo, like thank you, like like I'm glad he brought those two instead of Terrakion, Kirim, or even like Klefki or one of those guys. I'd be super excited to see that. Like I think there's gonna be a lot of offensive pressure on Alakazam and Landorus if he tries to take that kind of approach to the game. If he tries to be more like defensive in his builds and he doesn't go, straight offense, he's gonna have trouble with just those two being his breakers, if that makes sense. It's kind of formulated in my head, but like I just feel like he needed to help Zam and Lando a little bit more than it was. Was Gren his third round pick?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't think Torrent Gren's worth a third, but like
I think it is. Hang on.
I think that.
I don't know.
I think it is.
Torrent Gren, like Torrent.
Yep, I think Torrent Gren's great. I think it's amazing.
I love Torrent Gren.
I don't know, man. I don't like it on this squad, but I mean, obviously the team's great because it's at 2, and like when I give it a ninth place, like so what I did today was I gave every team a score between 1 and 9 or 1 and 10, obviously,
Sure.
and this team was at like 7.5. So it was very right there. So like I think it's got great mons. I just think if it gets set into a defensive like if it gets like put against the wall, it's gonna be tough to work your way out of it. If that makes sense.
Honestly, JJ, I forgive you because you put me higher, and that's all that matters to me.
you were at 7.5 too, so that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's just
I shut my ego a bit.
Yeah,
now.
well, it's just no, but that's good. That's really good for how I rated everybody's teams because obviously Pokemon's a weird game. Everybody's team is good, and anybody can win any given week. It's just how you use that team and how you build. So obviously this team.
How much did you rate the worst team then?
I think 6.
6. Okay.
But I was very tough because the best team got a 9. So like I was pretty tough.
Yeah, definitely.
So like it's kind of a toss up. Like this team I think could be second and it could be 10th. It doesn't matter, but it's got great mons. I think Landorus is probably the best Pokemon. Period. Like in draft, like diversity wise, it's just it's out. There's nothing better. And Alakazam is probably the premier special attacker as well. So like this team is great, but it could be also put against the wall, and it could be rough if he doesn't play right or he doesn't build right. So I mean, I think it's very good. I think he'll make the playoffs with it. So
I really like how he's built around the first 2 picks. I think Lando with like double water. Like I really like the Gren plus Toxapex because Gren's like a really good offensive water.
Yeah, those are
like
2 great waters. Yeah, I agree. 100%.
And like Pex just like between those 2 they can just like easily switch in. Like if he wants to get offensive momentum, he goes into Gren. If he just wants to like sit there and eat stuff, maybe get a T-Spike up, he can go Pex on Lando's checks, which I think is really, really nice. And I think like Mega Zam plus Lando is disgusting because like Lando breaks down like the bulky steel, so like Zam doesn't have to like worry about focus blast as much, and they can obviously it has like a it can get like a medium speed U-turn into it, which is nice for Zam just go in and just click buttons. And I also really like Terrakion on this team as well. I mean, I heard someone say that Terrakion and Lando are really bad together because they're the exact same mons, which I'm not sure why.
Who the bleep said that?
It was like
terrible opinion.
It was in a live stream. I think it was like I think Parks did like some upper league with like Spoink and Gengar Raichu, and one of the analysts was saying how tier 2 Terrakion was really bad because they picked Lando with it and they do the exact same thing. So I was like, what on earth?
That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's so bad.
One kind of is walled by Zapdos and one's not.
Yeah, it's
like wow.
Gravity, my friend, Gravity Lando.
Well, or just Stone Edge and Rock Z.
Yeah, all that. But yeah, I really like Zam on this team. I think
Zam's great on this team.
Yeah, he has like a good speed control with the clef key. He's got really good momentum around it. My big gripe, I have 2 big gripes. I think fairy types are pretty annoying for this team because like his resist like Pex and clef key, which I'm not sure they do that much back to them. And they're like both really passive. And I think in general, like his defense is just really, really passive with like Pex, clef key.
For sure.
You can see Ordino and Voleby. I just think all of these mons just. I mean, his offense like hits like a truck, so I guess it's that. But
Yeah.
Like a lot of them like really like break momentum a lot.
I just know if I was prepping against this team, I would take the offensive side instead of trying to
sure.
play. You can't play defense against this team.
No, you can't play defensively
No.
against this team.
No, there's no way. You got anything, Jack?
Yeah, one thing about Klefki for me is interesting is I've always thought about drafting it, but I feel like if you were to draft it, I feel like you still want to get as extra Fairy or Steel because it being the only Dragon in Unity, it's a bit terrifying because you can't flip because you get like Dragon plus Fire coverage, or something like that.
Yeah,
plus ground,
plus ground as well.
Something like that. That's one thing I grab about Klefki is just you want to typically try and draft under Steel Fairy with it.
Yeah, funny thing is, one time I drafted Klefki, I think I drafted Jirachi and Clefable with it. Just so it just wasn't pressured into that role.
It's a good mon. It's a good mon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think I think probably another Fairy would have helped this.
Yeah, but imagine playing with a Spike Up, and you have to face Lando, Mega Zam, and Terrakion and Kiro, man. Yeah, that's
and like even if you say you want to play like offensively, but then like Klefki comes and clicks T-Wave.
Yeah, T-Wave's your whole team. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think Kirim's interesting as well at the same. We haven't talked much about Kirim. I think Kirim's.
I think Kirim's.
I think Kirim's a great because you're prepping for the speed and the power of Zam and Lando. Then you're like, oh, there's this mon here that's gonna smack everything around with Ice Beam and Earth Power and great coverage and just drop Dracos. Like it's slept on down there, but it'll put in work. Or
if for some reason your Mega Zam plus Lando core can't break a certain core, you run T-Spikes, Tox Specs, and just try and substall with Kirim.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's fat enough too.
Yeah.
So. And you got plenty of fighting switch-ins, so I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uxie's great fighting switch-in. Keys can handle a little bit and T-Wave, but yeah, and Voleby obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good team overall. I like it a lot. I'm on the Mega Zam hype. I think Mega Zam's.
Definitely a big hype train around Mega Zam. I remember when I think JJ drafted it and then he dropped it. Said it was really trash, and I think Zazu said, Mega Zam really bad.
No, my views on Zam have changed a lot because I actually have it right now, and it is absolutely fantastic if you build around it. Like,
sure.
It puts in so much work and it does so many cool things. Like as far as like speed tiers and stuff. And I lost this game, but I would have won because I basically had nothing for a sub or Aquanid, and I had Encore teched on my Zam. And it didn't work out. It didn't work out, but I would have won if I didn't get crit. But but Encore Zam literally shut that down. And I was like, and it has so many cool. It has disable too, like if for Scarfers, but like it has such a cool tech. Like if you build around it, I think I have Zam and Kirin Black.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great core. Like if you give it something that can break alongside it, it's scary.
Yeah,
it's very very scary. So I really
I
like it a lot.
like the fact he picked up like another bulky psychic with it, just so like it's really like fighting hits, especially.
Like double psychic's good here, I think.
Yeah, for sure, I agree. We can move on probably to number one now, and this is
technically number two, but
no, it's definitely number one. You guys are sleeping. You guys are sleeping. This is my squad right here. I love this team so much.
So we have Coco, Latios, Ferrothorn, Pelipper, Mega Swampert, P2, Reuniclus, Lucario, Drapion, Omastar, and the real reason this is number one, Noctowl.
Hey, don't sleep on Towel. I love Noctowl. It's got like what, 120 defense or something like that? Special defense?
I don't think it's that high. I think it's like it's like 90. I don't think it's.
No, it's gotta be higher than that.
Let me look up
Noctowl.
It's Noctowl. 90. No, sorry. It's high. It's 96.
That's high. For a Noctowl, for a 1, that's not bad. I mean, obviously there's better ones like Leavanny, but we all can't draft Leavanny. So.
Yeah, it's also 1 point, so I guess it's that.
Yeah, it's a 1-pointer. You
ranked this team number one. I'd say you can go into it.
I mean, so I think Rain is a very dangerous thing to draft just because I think you become predictable when you have Rain. But then I looked obviously at his other mons. He has obviously Tapu Koko and Lottie, and P2 and Reuniclus. So I just want to look at those 4 outside of his reign. That is a team all on its own. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. They're so good outside of Rain, and even Lucario, Drapion, those guys. They're so good outside of Rain, but Rain with them makes them just devastating. Being able to run Specs, Thunder, Coco, being able to even Tech Thunder on Lottie, and even having a Rain setter in P2 if you really, really need to. And just I think Reuniclus is one of the most underrated mons in drafts there is, period. And to see, I think what did he get it 7th? Or what is? Yeah. That's absolutely disgusting. And to add that to a Rain core, especially defensively, in adding that to P2 as well, he's a little knockoff weak.
He's knockoff weak.
He's a little knockoff weak. So I think that's kind of an issue. But I mean, Rain, Ferrothorn plus Lottie in front, like, oh my goodness, like I can't find anything. Like, I would hate prepping for this team. Like, I don't even know how to. Like, because when you run anti-rain strats, you have to deal with a Lottie and a P2. Like, I think it's just disgusting. I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good team. I think I had a couple things about it. So some of the point I made earlier, both his steel types don't resist flying, and his flying resists are an Omastar and a Coco. Coco's not in the flying types, but somewhat. But like.
But honestly, though, a question about that is any team built to stop flying types? Flying is one of the best offensive types ever, right?
Well, I agree, but like when you have both your steel types don't resist flying, like
fair.
But
how many teams can flying spam? You know, like how many good flying types are there out there?
I think there are a few that can run flying spam.
So Celesteela, right?
Celesteela.
Nobody drafted Raptor.
Rattatas, Yamega. My Mega Arrow. Let me look over the team.
Okay, Arrow has wing attack.
But with tough balls.
Oh, Tornadus destroys his
Okay, so Torn. Fair.
That's another note I had is it's not really a negative, but it's not really a positive. I feel like when you draft Coco and Rain and you only have one ground, I think electric spam it gives a lot of resistance, but I think it's still pretty dangerous when you do that.
I was gonna say that I think electric spam could be a bit of an issue if like either Ferrothorn or.
I mean, he's got Lottie, Ferrothorn, and P2. I think
but in the terrain as well, though, you have to factor rain. Like
I get it, but I think he'll be okay. Yeah. I think he'll be able to work around that. Obviously, he has some issues. Like no team's perfect, but offensively, I think this team is just completely devastating.
Yeah, the rain rate's been going up, and I do agree. I think rain is really strong.
Especially this generation.
I've been using Rain with Coco pretty recently, and I think it's really really good. Just like how well like they're able to pair, Coco and Coco's doesn't like. Sorry, I'm saying life a lot. Doesn't appreciate grass types too much, and neither does Rain. But the fact that like you have like both of them pressuring like that specific grass type a lot. Just like really, really like hinders like how effective that grass type can be, because you have like say like a Specs Coco Thunderbolt plus Mega Swampert in the Rain, like you can't effectively check those two that well with that many grass types.
No, I can't even think of any really, because even if you're talking Mega Venusaur that was drafted, Coco gets Brave Bird.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I still like the team. Like, there's very few like sort of holes. I do think Reuniclus in this team is really disgusting as
well.
Beautiful.
I love it.
But yeah, there's only small things.
I remember judging he's like really ice weak. I guess we can see that because he's resist of the Omastar and the Lucario great ice resists.
Yeah, we see that as well.
They're pretty weak. Yeah,
I think that's two types that you can afford to be weak to is ice and flying, just due to the fact that there's so little in the way of actual mons.
So many mons got ice beam.
So there's the difference between being weak to ice, like mons that can tech ice beam, and then like Weaviles and Kyurem Blacks. Like there's not that many ice mons out there, and there's not that many flying stab mons out there. So I think that
it was like a really easy like coverage to like put on.
Oh yeah, for sure. But Ferrothorn doesn't care about your ice coverage. P2 doesn't care about your ice coverage. Like it's not like obviously it cares about a Z Ice from Carrot
Okay,
Black.
all right. Let me tell. What about a like a Conkelda with Ice Punch? Because like both his ice resists are weak to fighting.
What's he gonna do to Reuniclus?
Knockoff.
It doesn't. Okay, a defensive Reuniclus. Like it's not. He can recover spam off that, no problem. Like especially with like a Colbur.
Oh yeah, with Colby, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean even obviously it'll get hurt by the first.
Yeah, I still think it's like it's like pressure his team. Well, I mean, he has like good defensive checks for sure, but
Yeah, but I think he's just weak to very few mons. Obviously, bird spam and I think bird and ice are the hardest thing to draft for. Like there's so little. Like even like a Celesteela, it doesn't like ice. So like it's tough. Like it's tough to cover those two.
I feel like there's definitely ways you can like build around it, so like you're not specifically like so weak.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, when you're drafting rain, I mean,
like especially if you have rain. Like, if you have a rain team, like you shouldn't be too weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, one more thing I want to say with the fact that electric, the fact that he's picked Pelipper as his rain seller with Coco is a bit of an issue because basically if you can run like some tech like electric move, you take Pelipper out of the game. I think this team's really hindered.
Does HP Electric doesn't get boosted, does it?
It does.
It does. Okay.
Yeah, and he can run something like Nature Power.
Yep.
Nature Power. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Nature Power Heat Train's fun.
Yeah, so that's something he has to look out for.
For sure. I think you could. I'm trying to think of a lower tier rain setter besides P-Toad. There's not that many, is there? But I mean, he has decent rain dancers too. Like I said, dude, P2 could rain dance all day.
Yeah.
So,
I guess his Ferrothorn supported pretty well.
Yeah, I agree.
And with that though, it is his only fairy resist though, so Ferrothorn is a bit under pressure, I think.
Yeah, Ferro's definitely under pressure.
I think we're sleeping on two because you're talking about those ice mons that he's a little weak to. I think Lucario's priority is really nice for this team.
Yeah, I do like
Lucario's pretty good too, but I don't know how often you're going to bring it when you're bringing rain. You're bringing Coco, Laddie, Ferrothorn, Pelly.
Right.
Probably almost every game.
The only issue I have with it has like a really good defensive typing, but I think it's like 90 speed just really holds it back.
But saying he can bring a lot of rain, I think I could see like so say somebody counter team like has a very good matchup versus rain. Obviously, I could see him easily bringing Coco, Lottie, P2, Reuniclus, and Ferrothorn.
For sure.
Like even just not bringing Pelipper, and Pert. Like I think his team's just fine. Like I would love to bring, those six in that I named off, like with Lucario, or those five with Lucario, or those five with Drapion. Like I would love that to have that team. And Omastar gets spikes, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I mean that's a decent spiker. T spikes obviously with Drapion. Like I think he has a lot of holes covered. Like obviously he has some holes because every team, you can't draft for everyone.
I maybe would have preferred possibly like actually maybe not because of the ice thing, but possibly Ludicolo as well because I sort of feel like Pert and Omastar. I mean, I guess Omastar can go especially offensive.
Yeah, Omastar it's got shell smash tech too.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Yeah, okay.
I like. I've been watching a lot of Kabutops too. Like put in a lot of work.
Yeah, I like Kabutops as well.
I've been watching Joey and the I think it's WBE.
Yeah,
and he does he does work with Kabutops. But... No, I like it.
Yeah, so should we do a recap?
I can scroll through if you guys want to. I mean,
I guess you should do that because you're.
I mean, if you want to do a real recap, did we have Luke at 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so this will be obviously confusing. So at 16 we have.
It's good for the people who like just scroll through and see what
where
their
at,
place is.
Right. So at 16 we have KHD. At 15 we have JP. At 14, Crust Lord. 17, who? Oh, you. Carl. You guys are messing me up. So 13. I think we're at 13. What is this?
This is 12.
Spoink?
Oh wait, no, it's 13. It's 13. Oh,
okay, so Carlos is 13. Well, whoever got his team. Spoink is 12. Dave is 11. Balbano is 10. Parksy is 9. You are 8. JJ is 7. Rat is 6. Ian is 5. Wolf Turds is 4. Soap is 3, Ches is 2, and then the number 1 team is. Let me scroll. Okay, it's lagging. Number 1 is Luke. Woo!
That's what we said. Did we say more negatives about Luke than Chaz's? It feels like that.
Did we do what?
I feel like we said way more negatives than they probably should have for the number 1 team.
Yeah, I mean, I like both teams. I think power rankings are just hard to do in general, just because every 18, because every team is good in its own way, obviously, right? So we just got. What are you doing to my screen? It's recording everything you're doing. You know that, right? All right, whatever. So okay, so I'm sorry, I'm not here to do intros and outros, so it's all on you, Paz.
All right, so after the outro, okay. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Defend your team religiously on Discord server. We do love salty responses.
And also, surprise has there might be appearance in the DGBA server of an old legend.
Oh yes, yeah. I forgot to. Mike Van WBA is coming back. So yeah, don't get to give him a warm welcome.
I didn't know he left.
Yeah, I think he he said he made some snide comment about this league, and everyone called him out for it, and they just left the server.
Solid. All right, well, wrap it up, Paz.
So yeah, don't forget to give our video a like. If you're not subscribed and you're a coach, make sure you do, because I don't even know what we're gonna upload now. Can we bring back your DGBA lock?
Probably not.
Nah, probably not. So we'll find something to do in the meantime. So
see you guys.
Until then, yeah, see you
Later.